It's really over for any defender trying to strong arm that position. So while I think Neon does need a bit of an adjustment, I do think she's also a healthy change for some of these map configurations, because time and time again, we have seen the same action over and over. Let's go take sewers, let's default from there. And I'm glad it's brought this type of dynamic to a really, really old map.
Yeah, and it's been solved by many, but we're gonna get the action now. Quick little heads up, those guys. We are not in the 0.10 patch as of yet. So there's no change to the Omen smokes. There's no regenerating shield. We're in the patch prior. Things are still okay for Omen. Don't worry. But we always will still say the words nerf Neon when we get the action though from Garage. Kadum leading the charge. Paranoia though. Good from Jop to stall for time. They're checking out logs here. Kadum being meticulous at the very start. But MiTH, they see utility and they're gonna back off from it.
I like how NAOS don't overreact from this pressure. They still keep their position strong, but they could get overrun very quickly towards B as Eman has no idea.
Got to ring, B site now feeling pressure. Ammon though able to clock CGRS. Mojer also chipping in the action now. And NAOS with a pinch in the backline. Nexi finding one more. Sephiroth will fall. And Kadum, he wanted to be the tip of the spear, but it's only the tip left here for MiTH. Shots ring, 24 HP. Nice shot onto Ammon though to make it 1v2. NAOS, they're playing it slow. Savvy, he still has shock darts to use here, Raph, but at this point, NAOS just need to play as a duo.
Well, you talk about patience, and essentially Nexi is going to be the embodiment of that. As we talk about him, he will get the third, and really great stuff here by NAOS. As I mentioned, there was a worry that they could have gotten run over towards B, but with some fancy footwork and some quick responses, they did manage to salvage that situation and make it that much more disjointed for MiTH. I mean, you already saw some of their players flood onto site, but the rest were kind of getting stuck.
Nexi,
stuck outside.
Yo, Nexi pistol round already hype, but the timing there was so good for NAOS. They were proactive, yes, but they also found when Laz was rotating, that's the new peek out of Garage, so the camera wasn't ready. A good effort to still play from window by MiTH. As of now, the anti-eco is a go. Mojer confident in long range. Nexi's there for the helping hand. And yet again, now stacking C heavily with 3. And you see already the results. 2 pickoffs here for NAOS.
This honestly looks like a done and dusted round already, considering MiTH didn't even consider buying up with the Sheriffs and just trying to play spoil sport. But NAOS, it seems like they've done their homework here, and everybody's been pretty cohesive despite the limited runtime of this new core. I mean, we've talked about the challenges of trying to adjust to a new system, maybe to a completely new play calling style in the form of Xavi's. But talk about him. He could find another frag here onto Killua. Does he know he's crept up? Well, no more doubts in the mind of Xavi here.
Matt's just watching, and now we see the remaining members of MiTH try to get their way towards C side. Nice pressure onto Mojer. Sephiroth getting that pick. That means NAOS will have to get that Vandal back if they want to bring it to the next round. And Sephiroth looking for a little bit more here, but NAOS, they've been very responsible this round, Raph. And case in point, Jacques clocked his counterpart. 2-0 here for NAOS.
It's good to see Omen before he has to say goodbye to the rest of the roster. I mean, he's not technically dead, but the nerfs are really bad. I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry about it as early as now. Like, please, this is the only controller I know how to play. Why do this?
It's gonna be tough. And I do think, though, here for Made in Thailand also, we were talking about how it's a new system for NAOS. It's also a relatively new system for them too. Laz going to that Sentinel role. Sephiroth's the one who effectively adjusts to play controller now. But KNTZ leaving the team. We go now though into the buy round. MiTH, Kadum, he got scanned. The aftershot's good to try and flush him out. But the relay bolt, even better, keeping Mojer at bay. Nice decision making here from Kadum to at least use utility to keep the lines in check.
Oh, all they have to do now is just really burn as much time as possible. And now with MiTH getting contested this far in towards their spawn, they're going to have some second thoughts here on the later rounds. There are some possible timings that they could be aware of. Eman could potentially find a cheeky kill onto the lurk, but look at this, stacks are not deterred.
Yeah, and Mojer, ambitious with it. He gets picked off by Sephiroth. He was in a one-done angle anyway. C site now getting a taste of the MiTH flood. And you also have Laz on the lurk. The Tripwire, though, just waiting him for the time being. You also have Eman in position by Garage, but the firepower non-existent on the breach right now. Laz still waiting for any of these rotations. Disciplined approach. Heard the footsteps of next to you and pinging that one out. Kadoom, though, on point. A 5v3 now. Paranoia avoided, but Ja still a heavy hand with the shot. Laz now creeping yet again. Now he gets exposed by the second tripwire. Now it's knowing there's contact nearby. Savvy 8K though finds Sephiroth. Ja already gets halfway on the defuse, and Ja just sticking! Ja gets away with it! If pros don't fake, now stealing that one away. That's a bonus they would love to take.
There's something in the air today, as NAOS is brimming with confidence, and I like the fact that MiTH took a really strong approach early in the round. We were talking about just being worried about timings, but they were like, yeah, let's not worry about that. Let's just take the fight. We have the Vandals anyway. But somehow that post plan kind of fell apart. I know that they did have some sort of forward control at least before Ja found his frag. But for him to kind of stick that uncontested is something else. Hopefully MiTH don't get rattled too much. They will still work with a pretty good armory here.
Yeah.
And they look like they want to redo the events of the last round.
Big scan coming in from CGRS. Kadoom takes advantage of it. And MiTH Thailand, that's exactly what you would like to see. I was worried a while ago, MiTH. They're taking it slow. They're very safe.
Oh,
and right now,
exactly
they decide to be hasty. And they just waste through NAOS there.
Last player standing.
4v2, making a 4v1. Clean round from MiTH Thailand. They only lose the Sova, but they'll take the round here.
Convincingly too. I mean, they only lost CGRS, and it was off the back of the trade anyway. So MiTH, once again, conquers the first challenge of not getting rattled. And this is not typically a team where you look at and it'll tell you this is a team that likes to be explosive, likes to play fast. But if they have to just to rattle the opponent, it's definitely available in their offensive hand. But right now, NAOS, they opt to go for a lesser buy here. They will have one hero Vandal onto Ja. And so they're going to be looking to maximize that. MiTH could be smelling a little bit of blood in the water here and could potentially equalize the round count, or at least help by taking this round away. Savvy's still pushing forward towards a long rest. He could be regretting this decision.
No, this is really smart by MiTH. They know these players are one away from their ultimates. And they held off the advance there, Raph, just to keep an eye out on a pick now onto Savvy 8K. Yes, he'll get his ult. But for the next round, Mojer, he's gonna want to get the overdrive up and running to give NAOS a chance here. But Eman playing on site. MiTH yet again slowing things down. Zoom making noise. Sliding on away for safety, and the regroups here for MiTH Thailand.
I like how efficient MiTH is right now. One small movement on the other hand usually means that there is something planned ahead. Now, as they try to get a lurk going, but there's already traps put into place here. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. But MiTH again, they try to go for a re-hit. They're trying to set it up. Eman has a flash available. If they hear any noise, this could be it.
The stun comes on in. Kadoom looking to clutch things out pretty cleanly. They get the concuss onto Ja. MiTH Thailand gets three. But Eman! The aftershock is absolutely impactful! And when it comes the overdrive too, Killua stuck in the rock in the hard place. Beats Nexty, but Mojer able to zap him down. A 1v1 now, but Laz, he's so far away. Time is running on out. Mojer needs to play protector on the spike. And a reposition towards the corner. The Bucky's on hand here, Raph. No time to blast. Laz needs to get the kill and fast! And Mojer maximizes on the opportunity. Now they take this one away here, and it's 4-1.
A pretty dominant performance on the first 5 rounds here, Dax. I'm not gonna lie to you, that runaway in the last few seconds kind of gave you a bit of a scare. But this aftershock is crazy. I don't think we see this too often. And NAOS, again, despite being considered the underdogs, making a good case on why they also deserve a run at the title.
I can't believe it though. Value from Eman's one piece of utility. That was just perfection for NAOS in that situation. And now Mojer shutting down the overdrive before it can even light a spark. Mojer now getting out of dodge. Sephiroth though, nice from the shadows to play onto tower. But Savvy 8K gets the trade anyway. 4v3, NAOS come up ahead.
Looking a lot more patient is MiTH. They're still trying to find any stragglers here, but Laz unknowingly gives his position away. Plants that camera, but can't find any person, so they don't really know how many players are still on this A site. Dax. MiTH, they're still not having any second thoughts here. The spike is so far removed and he could run into Ja.
And Ja has also done what Sephiroth did from the shadows. Now to play at the spawn, but Killua a good angle, and it opens up a lot more of the map. Potential to rotate it towards C. NAOS, they're gonna bite at it, and MiTH just re-rotate and look to re-hit into A side.
Once again, MiTH and their methodical approach to the game is paying dividends. It looked like it was a round that was already incredibly unfavorable, and now they've rebuilt themselves up and gotten a free A site. Now still have Nexi from Heaven to worry about.
Not free yet. Without the Fury, you could see a while ago, Savvy 8K, he's the one who's first stopped. He was just saying the comms there to tell the team something's up. And with it too, the Neural Theft with confirmation. The spike successfully planted here from MiTH Thailand. Savvy 8K now lobbing the shock dart, the Rolling Thunder. The response from Killua. Good stall here from MiTH Thailand, but is it good enough to win the round? CGRS making it easier by taking down Nexi. 3v2, and MiTH are in position. Well played at the end. A significant post-plant success for MiTH.
NAOS is up in rounds, but why does it feel like MiTH is leading the dance these last few rounds? But again, the moment Nexi fell from Heaven, they just had all their crosshairs aimed towards CT. And it made that retake that much more problematic for NAOS. It does look like we are going to watch them go into an eco round again. They have been pretty creative so far. But MiTH, with the way that they've been so disciplined in taking their space, I doubt that there are any mistakes to be punished. Or at least too many to capitalize on.
Yeah, it's doubtful we'll see the same result like the Aftershock round a while ago. But Eman and the rest look to try and make the play. Hero Rifle also for Mojer. And watch out for this one. Eman's actually one away from his own ultimate. Maybe NAOS can just catch MiTH in the act. But we've seen this before. MiTH Thailand stacking towards lobby, keeping an eye out towards A-Long especially. Savvy. Waited already. Sephiroth though, blocking one, but Mojer, he has the firepower. And at least a kick is traded. Has to use the fast lane though, just to disengage. And MiTH Thailand now, they keep an eye out towards mid, sure. But Kajum opens up A, and here they come.
This should prompt NAOS to retaliate, or at least gather their forces towards A, as they have the right idea. But Killua again, ringing the head of Mojer. And wow, you blink and you miss it, Dax.
Yeah, it was just wide open as soon as they found the one rifle on the side of NAOS. MiTH Thailand keeping it methodical, but they're catching NAOS here now. 4-3 here, Raph. No timeouts yet, interesting enough, from either team. And it just goes to show, MiTH Thailand, they were down by quite a bit, but they recovered without a break. And you're seeing it now here. It pays off so well for them.
Oh, yeah. And again, MiTH Thailand is not necessarily a team that will rely on explosiveness, or at least, you know, that's not going to be their main tool. But every time I say that, they always go for an explosive play. Maybe I should just keep quiet because there's a scuffle here again towards Garage.
Yeah, it's time for a fight, and it just ends at a 1-4-1. Now still keeping the claim towards Garage, though. And MiTH Thailand, how do they play the entry here without Kazum? There's a tripwire in the way also, as MiTH Thailand are slowly chugging along, along to be a train here. Jado in position, gets one! Once more, a Cyber Cage though in the way. Feeling frisky, wants to even make the push happen. A Shock Dart response from CGRS, but MiTH, they have to back away from that one.
I'm surprised that NAOS have been taking this aggressive approach in terms of map control. We always see Mojer at any given point of the round be very forward and, you know, try to get as much attention towards him. Maybe give his team a little bit of space to work with, but Nexi finds Killua. That's an important find.
Yeah, but Laz also responding. Rolling Thunder now, courtesy of Eman. Ja looking for any opportunity past the Cyber Cage. It drops Laz. He gets back in cover. There's a spam there coming in from Garage. Shadow holding position, and Evan gets the last target. Now it's this time catch MiTH in the act.
Oh, they respond before things can get too awry here. MiTH was building a lot of momentum for themselves. This is looking to be incredibly competitive just from round 1 to now. Made in Thailand, they will go for that timeout, so they might have just found themselves a slight head scratcher here. And I mean, if you really look at that round, you can't really pinpoint where it all went wrong for them, because it did feel like it was just another day in the office up until it wasn't.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pinpoint where it went wrong there, Raph. NAOS, Ja getting that pick just to start things off, preventing MiTH from bursting into that C site. And that's one thing I want to talk about as Coach Lee brings out this timeout, right? Ja, no matter what role, he is gonna bring the firepower. He had, what, 68 kills in that GP show match. And if you look back in the stats here for VCTC, top 3, I think, overall ECX, top 2 in the KD ratio, and a 67% clutch rate right now. Ja is going to be a big problem for Made in Thailand, and that's something they have to discuss moving forward.
I gotta say, Ja is aging like a fine wine. It seems like he hasn't lost a step since his, I wouldn't necessarily say prime days, but he's only been getting better as time has passed. And he's been getting a lot more flexible, as you mentioned. And it's ludicrous to have a 67% clutch rate. Like, who is this guy? You know, like...
It's one series.
It's so crazy.
Still, yeah. It's just reliability here for now that they're banking on. Kadoom, on the other hand, someone to watch out for in the entry. C-site quickly taken. Nexi gonna give it up. And now they're gonna have to go for the 5v5 retake here.
Uh-oh. Most of them are looking to take control of the longer parts of C. And I think MiTH might have an idea of what might be cooking. It does look like they're gonna spread out to go for a more traditional retake. He found one, and this could be a free kill onto Xavi.
Yeah, Xavi, though, gets back into cover. Paranoia burned through, and Xavi is just touching that tripwire like it's nobody's business. But MiTH, they find the picks here. The quick take looking successful. Laz trying to get out of dodge, but here comes the full line response, and Made in Thailand are looking pristine. Ja, the one we talked about a while ago, the only one still standing, gets an exit to his name, but it doesn't matter as MiTH, they pick up the pace here, Raph, and that's one thing they can look at now for success. Quickly taking these sites and just overrunning NAOS.
It does feel like a lot of the success from NAOS rounds where they kept the plays really simple. They know that they have a lot of firepower to rely on and a team that functions super well on a good response time. But when they do kind of overplay their hand a little bit, it becomes that much more, I guess, complicated on their side too. Too many moving parts. But hey, you can't really fault them for trying, as MiTH has been just battering any of these sites. And now it looks like they're gonna do the same thing for A. I don't think Xavi's gonna stick around for too long, but Mojo actually gets tagged by the Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, Mojo was in trouble there, and Made in Thailand, they just make their way towards a beautiful response, outrunning NAOS at their own game. And Mojo comes on in, is shot down by CGRS. One pick for NAOS. That's all they'll get yet again, as we are tied up 5-5.
Even Stevens, and it doesn't even feel like NAOS had that much of a lead. MiTH making a case on why they are truly the favorites of the series, and NAOS will actually burn one of their timeouts to just reconsolidate what they have. I mean, like you mentioned, despite the firepower on the board, it just feels like there's so many ways MiTH is nullifying it, whether from these isolations or just, quite frankly, superior utility shuffle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the same thing again, Raph. So Coach Amix calls the timeout for NAOS. But I want to bring up something about MiTH. Did you know Kadoom has the 3rd highest first kill ratio right now? And you can see the difference when they're letting Kadoom loose, just letting him in there, go fast, hit hard. With that kind of space, it's MiTH who has found 2 rounds in a row.
My goodness, and that is a stat that has been proven to be not just a number. I mean, you talked about it, and you know, Kadoom is just going crazy on NAOS. And NAOS, despite being a formidable defensive team, we do have a lot of defensive-minded players here. They seem a little helpless to this quick attack. And a little off topic, but there's just something so weird
to see
being Javi and NAOS
jersey. Yeah, dude, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was like, Javier Why are you wearing that jersey now?
There's something so wrong about it.
There's something so wrong, but it's so right to still see him at this high level of competition. Yeah, he's had quite a run. He's been playing with his collegiate team also and coaching them, so that's been something. But made in Thailand, let's get back to business here, Raph. On to B side, that they go. Kadoom right now, waiting for anyone to peek out of the smoke. Emma lobbing utility, it prevents the plant, and Mojo gets in there. But Killua able to catch the kill. Over onto the corner, double swing from NAOS though. Well synchronized, and NAOS the one ahead now. A 4v3, MiTH has to back away here.
Deploying
Well,
drone.
they couldn't even get the spike plant here. Now they're limping with 2 players removed. Now once again, we have to see if MiTH can flex those mid-rounding muscles, as they have to go back to the safer side of the map. At this point in time though, they've given up so much space that NAOS can walk forward for free. They're thinking about it, but look, they're just so patient and so disciplined. It'll be up to Ja though to kind of hold this line and keep it advantages for NAOS.
Yeah, the mid-routing's been good for MiTH, but that's usually at either evens or advantages. This time around, they're the ones down the man, and then Neural Theft will make things easier for Ja. Taps away the darts, and is able to mow down Laz. Gets a second, even the third, the transfer's good, but Ja is just better at that one. A 3K for the Omen, and NAOS will keep the lead.
In the half.
We always knew Ja was a shooter, and he is gonna keep proving why he's such a dangerous player to go against. MiTH were caught with her pants down there, Dax. Beautiful support by Eman as well. That stun was gorgeous.
Dude, 3 players, 4 targets, including the dart, 1 killer, and it is Ja. 11 kills for 11 rounds. He's just been good at getting that consistency here for NAOS. And with it now, it's still them in the lead. Fault line yet again. NAOS now having a small read on MiTH's tendencies. Just slow down the lobby take first and foremost. And here comes MiTH. He slide in with Kadoom the first time, and they're gonna take control of A long.
What they do, this is something that NAOS have had a hard time doing or wrestling against MiTH for, and it does look like they're just gonna give it up completely. There is a lot of possible door stops at the entrance of A main though. But again, it's really up to the response time of NAOS. We've seen some success when they just go for those classical retakes and when they don't overcomplicate their plan. But MiTH, again, they burnt some of those trap wires. Question is, can Doom run free yet again?
Oh! That's damage on the Killua. You saw his head built there, 10 HP, somehow still alive. But the 78k Hunter's Fury is searching for a target, and he doesn't get much out of it. Next, he's still playing on to heaven. NAOS trying to make the pinch possible. Ja, he's gonna TP through that. Mojo left behind for a while here, Raph, but
Spike
watch out for this one.
planted.
Killua's starting to get in position to play support. Ja, does he know?
Oh my gosh.
I think he heard him, and now it's Mojo with the contact. Ja, the swing comes on in, and the timing's good here for NAOS. A pick comes out. Hell also hit by the aftershock. Kadoom now getting into high gear, but NAOS now with the clear, and NAOS wipe away MiTH there. We end the half 7-5 for NAOS.
I was about to say, without that rolling thunder, this retake could be that much more difficult for MiTH to defend against, but it seemed like that was the least of their problems. They get completely pincered in, and now start the second half with the
Capitalize on this pack by winning this pistol and making it 2 for 2. Well, CGRS, he's gonna have something to say against Mojo. Saw the cross towards short, and MiTH already keeping tabs of the push. A distraction though here, Raph, as the rest of NAOS, they want to play in the garage. Sephiroth, he has an idea to go for the hole, but this is too many members of NAOS. Sephiroth, you gotta be careful. Classic on hand. Over onto the corner. Sephiroth though, good for the 1. Looking for a second. The 3rd even. The 1-wing angel cleaves them all. And made in Thailand, they mark authority with this pistol already. Just the only one still standing.
The silver-haired demon strikes again. And MiTH, they're running away with this pistol. Now, we know Ja is incredibly clutch, but this is not an easy task in front of him. Spike is right there. Killua just lines up the shot and again executes him. Oh my goodness, Dax. There were so many moments where Sephiroth's intrusive thoughts could have won, but no.
Dude, he didn't even need his big sword. A free gun is all you need. Maybe if he had a gun instead in the final boss of Final Fantasy VII, things would have been different, no? Maybe.
That's right. Nice sword. Too bad.
Go, go, go.
Well, there's a lot of materia apparently floating around the classic of Sephiroth, which has been upgraded to a Guardian, so a lot of scalability here for MiTH Thailand. As a quick hit on the side of NAOS, it's looking like it's gonna be on the menu.
Yeah, really bold though, yet again, Kadoom. Good for the stall one more time. Paranoia also used on up now as they take control of short, yes. But on the lesser guns, the flash went in there, but MiTH Thailand set up the firing squad. It's almost a repeat of the last round. What lead now is kept, it's now tied up by MiTH again.
So quickly too. I mean, we're really emphasizing the fact that no matter how this goes, it is gonna be competitive as all hell. And now MiTH Thailand, if they can do what NAOS did by taking that third round away, the bonus round, then this is gonna be that much more worrying. At the same time, I don't think NAOS is gonna let that happen, right?
Well, this is the round to do so. A bonus here for MiTH Thailand. A decent arsenal also with 3 Guardians and the rifle here for Laz. And they make the right call. They're stacking heftily towards C. Quick scan though. Kadoom dissuaded. And Mojer also expending the slide just to get away from the aftershock. They still have 1 remaining. Nexi. Solo alert now in the garage, but MiTH the double up.
Oh
They get the
gosh.
read, they get the pick. And now one of the Guardians can turn into a rifle.
Good. That's already a free upgrade that they're very welcome to have. And now they're a little more spread out now, considering that they are operating with 1 less player. They still can't confirm what space is safe and where they can really set foot on. And MiTH again, so disciplined. But as I say that, Killua will be removed from the game.
Yeah, I mean, Ja has just been answering all those jiggles with instantaneous headshots, precise throughout, equalizes numbers as they move towards C, and the Shock Dart comes on in to just clear out whatever utility could have been there. But Kadoom, platform position, a relay bolt in position, gets stunned up though in response. Paranoia, good from Sephiroth also, stalling NAOS heavily here, but eventually it's the 1-for-1 again. Scan comes on in. It knows that NAOS is in the garage, but Ja wants to change that fate. See Sephiroth peek on out, and Ja again wins his solo duel. A push towards C. Laz looking for any opportunity here. White Savvy gets the pick. We're 2v2 now here after.
The chess match continues as both MiTH and NAOS make moves to try and take this round away, and Ja could be caught with his pants down, but no! He actually turns on CGRS, and now Laz is placed in a situation where it is not gonna be easy.
Ja has been the knight of NAOS so far. And Laz, the IGL here, is found and caught in the act. He does it yet again. The hero with the wings. Ja with the 4K there. To do one more time here, Raph. Allowing NAOS to keep a lead still.
Why did Ja look so surprised?
It's like,
It's like-
I got 4, I guess.
It's like he's in disbelief on what he did for his team. But again, now as they wrestle the lead away, the question is, how long can they keep this alive? We do see Kadoom with an outlaw, so any player that does have half armor is in it for, I guess, the short run on all things considered. But on NAOS, again, maybe they go for that careful approach. Maybe they try to dissect the map. They've already found some resistance towards C.
It's not a bad buy. 3 players of NAOS here.
Oh my gosh.
Playing with the light armor. It's getting crowded for NAOS though as they try to make their way towards C. Fast lane set on up. Mojer with the execution. And Sephiroth has to expend the TP just to get out of there. Got scanned by the incel. Now the slide on in. 0.3 by the way. It's Mojer now with efficiency. The backside take is good for NAOS and they will get the plat now.
Well, Mojer is definitely the hammer that NAOS needs to break through this defense.
Hello.
Doom with the scope weapon doesn't get the player with light armor of all people to scope down on.
Mojer just tanks it, and the rest of NAOS will finish off the job. Perhaps Killua, a last stand here. A good pick onto Emin at the very least. Nexi's barrel sticking on out, so Killua's waiting it. But NAOS, they decide to play it safe. Just back away. They know the round is theirs, and they'll keep a lead again. We've seen this before in the first half. MiTH equalize the numbers, and then NAOS get 2 to get away with.
You know, it feels like one of the most difficult challenges in this matchup is just protect the lead. And both teams, despite making all these great plays, in fact, a lot of these plays have been winning, it just feels like the rest of the map goes as a showcase of strats. Oh, hey guys, look at this. Look at this execute. And then sometimes you just see it's either Kadum or Mojer just brute forcing their way onto a site.
And never forget the Ja factor. It's just
Oh yeah, absolutely.
something that cannot be understated right now. 17 on the board for Ja. A good execute here from NAOS to take C. And that's been something very fruitful with these Neon compositions.
I'll
Fast
show them.
hit, someone to play the second fragger right behind either Mojer or Kazum. And speaking of, Mojer again, a slide, expecting the contestant. Chip damage actually, as now Savvy AK spamming on through, and the victim, Sephiroth and Laz, they're gonna back away from that one.
Well, statistically, I don't think MiTH are gonna come out of this one unscathed. And with just one Vandal, I don't think they can take any of these fights directly unless they have some sort of devious plot or ploy to really trap NAOS with. But again, NAOS, they want to protect this lead as well as they can. They cannot be clumsy. They have to be as diligent as possible and be responsible with the weaponry, because you know how MiTH can turn it up by slowly taking some of those weapons away.
And they're
Now
also
MiTH.
They're slowly taking space too, as wanted to point out. Cubby control right now for Sephiroth. CGRS also watching out for Long, but he'd want to stay alive for the rest of the round here, Raph. Hunter's Fury available. Good to stop the plant if ever.
Go, go, go.
That's a big if and an even bigger ask on CGRS, as he has the only Vandal here. Maybe if they would
30
want to go
seconds
for that
left.
route, he could drop it for either their Neon or somebody else.
Oh.
That could, you know, front a bit better. And as they say that, they give it
Oh!
to Killua.
What? The timing so unfortunate for Nexi. Checks the cam. Sephiroth gets the pick. Killua though, the one with the
down A.
rifle. Now also getting one of himself. 4v3. No plant yet for NAOS. Kevin
planted.
taken here by MiTH Thailand. Killua trying to make the push happen from the smoke. It's Savvy who jumps in.
Wow.
Decides to go for the contact. Anyway, 2v2 now as Laz gets his own. And NAOS, they have the guns on the site. It's Sephiroth right now. The one with the rifle here for MiTH. They push on through.
Player
Laz also
standing.
getting an upgrade, but it's a
enemy
false
remaining.
sense of security. Sephiroth catching up Ja, and Sephiroth can't fight Savvy there. A 3 instead for the new IGL, and 3's the gap between the teams.
And he leads by example. Magnificent 3K here by Xavi. And an even better showing on the first kill. He just jumps into the smoke, takes care of business, goes back into safe position, and maximizes his utility. Now, NAOS trying to build one of the more stable leads in the game here. MiTH Thailand, they will have enough economy to go for a full buy round, and they even are close enough for Rolling Thunder. So if they prioritize orbs right now, then maybe their efforts on a retake or perhaps a proactive play would be that much easier. But speed is the name of the game for now.
Yeah, here comes maximum velocity, and Mojer and Savvy uses the powers of lightning to strike down anyone in front of them. Smiting the opposition, A is wide open, and NAOS win the fights early to make it a big advantage now.
Zoom. NAOS, they snap their fingers and absolutely obliterate MiTH Thailand here. And this
Final
economy feels so short-lived, Dax. MiTH, they might just have to suffer another eco by moving forward, and perhaps might just have to dig really deep to steal one away. Again, it was a really impressive find by Sephiroth in that previous round, but I doubt that something like that is gonna happen again.
Yeah, and I don't know about that one, Chief. MiTH Thailand, you could see the hesitation. NAOS want the fight. You challenge a Filipino team to a close quarter engagement. They're gonna go in. Mojer, he wanted to slide in there. Savvy responds with the Hunter's Fury. And you can see Kadum and the rest, they didn't know exactly where they wanted to fight. They hung around towards that A-long exit. And with it, it was NAOS who took advantage and cleared out the site. 11-7 now. 4 rounds in a row here for NAOS Esports.
I would not be surprised if MiTH Thailand burn another timeout here. Just to, again, take inventory of what's been happening and how NAOS have been, you know, kind of just taking them apart. And once again, for them to go on another broken buy like this, it is just super warranted to take the extra seconds here to breathe and just think about what they could do against a lightning fast offense like that.
Yeah, and this is something I want to bring up, Raph.
Well,
Coming into this game, this is the first time, I believe, in a year that Made in Thailand as a team, as an org, has played against a non-Thai team. Because even their first matchup, remember, coming into split number 3 was against who? Full Sense! Oh my! It's them again!
Oh my gosh.
It's been a while since they played against a different style in official competition. Obviously, they play against each other in scrims. So obviously, it's something without tape, right? It's something that they study, but it's still so different once you get into the tournament landscape, once you get into VCT itself, and Made in Thailand, you gotta say in that round 2, they were very shell-shocked by the NAOS approach.
Oh yeah, and honestly, if I taken that into consideration, then maybe we would have spun the story a little bit differently. But I do agree with that sentiment that stylistic clashes, it is a very, very big factor in especially tournament games, right? Because it's just those small nuances on how teams would operate in certain situations that could really shock you. For example, that round that we were just talking about, I don't even think we were ready for that.
Yeah, it's pretty literal based on what Mojer and Savvy 8K right now. It's been them finding their form here. Truthfully, most of this game, Ja was bailing NAOS out in bad situations, but bit by bit, the calls have been better, the executes have been better too for NAOS Esports. And right now, they're getting this mid control, an angle towards garage, mid-even possibilities here for the offense.
Well, the best insurance is spelled with a J and an A. And NAOS was definitely reveling in the fact that they did have that huge safety net. But like you mentioned, they've been getting a lot better as time progressed. CGRS could realistically get a pick here. But alas, the Neon is just too slippery and too quick.
Yeah, too fast, too hard to hit. The Rabbit gets away with the plant. Right now, it's Made in Thailand who needs to hit the retake. Paranoia to play a 1-for-1 as we do see the Euro step here. Amon though decides to just go for the push anyway. Wrong hand out and Killa punish that one. But a 3v2 as guns is crashed here by MiTH. Ja finding Sephiroth though. He found the angle, he played towards C. And look how quickly NAOS have taken so many angles around the map. Killua stuck between how many members of NAOS right now? Tagged through the wall, wants to fight Savvy, but there's just no dice for him. A team ace and a 5th round in a row. NAOS are on map points.
Oh boy, NAOS look to defend the land, especially their own pick here, and make this series as close as possible. Now I have to say, Dax, I feel like with the addition of Savvy, it really does add that speed for NAOS, because I feel like the complaint with this team for the longest time was that they were really, really tactical.
Yeah.
I think that's the nice way to put it. They're a really tactical team. But to have Xavi and Mojer really widen their, I guess, tempo available, it makes them that much more dangerous.
No, I agree with you. Most experienced IGL, I dare say, in the Philippines after, what? Jesse Vash and Team Secret. But a paranoia now from MiTH. And watch out for their guns here. A last-ditch effort, yes, but an operator in the hands of Doom. Unfortunately for them, it's all the way in towards A. Savvy trying to get the intel now. And as he's gonna have to break that throne, rolling thunder into place. Sephiroth still enter the corner. And John doesn't see him. Mojer does though. And Sephiroth finding the punish onto 2 heavy hitters. Made in Thailand, mean business. And they stop NAOS in their tracks here.
One winged angel, one tapping demon. Sephiroth once again holds down the line for Made in Thailand, and CJRS will chime in. NAOS had the chance at the killing blow, but so far Made in Thailand avoid it and keep their hopes alive for yet another round. It's up to Eman and Xavi to potentially salvage this round, but their economy is going to be so strong for the rest of regulation, I believe.
Yeah, it's a sword through the heart, and NAOS is looking for a Phoenix down right now. Kadoom though in position, and now NAOS knows Anop is into play. Stellar shot from Kadoom. Wants a second, and just a pixel angle. He saw the gun, he saw the movements, and Emma now scanned on up. Made in Thailand, they stay alive with a statement of flawless here.
So I feel like two things could happen now. Either now speed it up even more because they know that the operator has to find value early on to the round, or they slow down just so the operator has to take a guess on that rotate. But either way, they might be formulating something here, Dax. And as I mentioned, it's just gonna be so long before we're gonna see NAOS go for an eco again.
I'm out of here.
Really just opted to go with the rifles. They are so far away from a lot of these ultimates though, so that could be hurting their cause. And now Kadum, he knows where one of the players are. Ooh.
They know Mojer's there. They heard him slide on in, and Kadum right now just trying to mark that target. Effectively, NAOS, they're forced into a rescue mission. They're gonna try to do so with the flash. It's not good enough. Kadum still trained on in. The Owl Drone getting the spot onto Mojer even. Second shock dart now. It has gotten a bit of chip damage, so the fast lane expended. And that's one piece of utility NAOS wanted to keep for the execute.
This is such a good guess by NAOS to run away from A, because there's just no way an operator would be that unsupported, right? Really, really smart stuff here by NAOS to move away. But once again, Laz is still here, hidden in his cage.
Nice
Play
one.
the spoil sport.
So smart by Laz, the cyber cage for protection, and now he's able to spring a net on them. Sephiroth good for 2, but Mojer is just so fast and so quick. Picks the spike up now. A 3v2 in favor of MiTH here. And not only that, the double up towards CT. They really want to catch Nexi in the act here. Mojer also, if he's not careful,
30 seconds
it's
left.
Killua in position.
Enemy
Made in Thailand looking for timing. They get it towards Nexi. And now Killua. It's easy, it's simple, and it's clean again. Made in Thailand. Another round.
The adjustments are very, very clear on the side of Made in Thailand. And despite some really good decision-making on NAOS, they still could not find that coup de grace that they're probably feeling for at this moment. Once again, it's Sephiroth getting the chunk of the kills here, Dax, really keeping his team afloat. And I dare say he's quite the parallel to Ja at the moment. Maybe not in volume, but impact is definitely felt.
I mean, we've said it right. There is a bit of that flexibility we see from Made in Thailand. Few adjustments with Laz joining on in. And we've seen this from MiTH as a whole. The way that they're reading NAOS, once they get the right calls, and NAOS walk into the set plays, the traps by Made in Thailand, it's just easy pickings for the Thai squad.
Well, you said it. And hopefully now with, once again, Amix at the helm of trying to strategize on what they can do, this might just be a smoother ride for them. But you see a lot of words being exchanged. I'm pretty sure most of them are, quite motivating. You know how it is?
It's
Don't
not
worry,
the words of
guys.
affirmation, it's something else.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're one round away. It's impossible to choke, right?
Yeah, well, now they need a speech and a half if they want to finish off the job. It's been something to concern with, even back in Ascension, right? You look at that matchup versus Riddle Order, and there were a bunch of chances for NAOS to continue on in the lower bracket there.
Go, go, go.
It's 3 rounds that MiTH have to climb. And NAOS, they're putting pressure towards A-Long especially. A good dart though from CGRS, exposing the NAOS intentions, and quickly MiTH, they reinforce the site.
Now I'm really wondering if the lack of ultimates are this much of a problem for NAOS, because it doesn't seem like they can forcefully put themselves in any of the strong points that they would want to be in, or really any of the sites. But at the moment, they could be running into the stack of MiTH if they play their cards wrong. I don't think they have enough info gathered to really reliably scan this out, but they dodged a bullet there, quite literally.
Mojer's gonna get in there though. Nexi finding Killua, and that's a good start here for NAOS. Also, CGRS trying to fight for his life. It's traded quickly by Ja. Sephiroth trying to play a different angle here.
Spike
And a
planted.
flank set up maybe by MiTH, but look who's already watching out for that one. Savvy HK
Ooh.
does the damage, but Sephiroth
Wait a
gets
minute.
revenge quickly. Nexi 2, very low. Sephiroth with another one. He's doing it again, Raph. You've said this impact has been so much in this half already. And Laz in position. Kadum's there though. And Eman all alone. What has happened for Dawson? What is Eman doing? A 1v1. Sephiroth with a tap. And Eman can't finish it off. Sephiroth. He's just rolling over NAOS here. And we see MiTH get to 10.
Oh my goodness, and you saw that domino effect. The moment NAOS lost their man advantage, you saw a sense of urgency on Ja to maybe get a few numbers to his name. And it did feel like it was a little rushed. Eman had a chance to clutch it out again. But Sephiroth, it's happening again. I didn't even realize he's up 21 now. This is a very, very quiet 21 from him. But every round he's gotten a 3K, it's been felt.
Inhuman right now. This is why He's a final boss. Man just limit breaks days after days after days. And he's even overtaken Ja in the kill department. NAOS, are they shaken enough for MiTH to force overtime? Mojer has the judge, has the overdrive, and a dream to finish this off already.
Question is the dream enough? And you know it becomes so perilous when you have to pull out the judge. Probably one of the most hated weapons in the game. But if it gets you the W, doesn't really matter. Maybe this is the first B execute we've seen in a while, but it doesn't look like MiTH are putting any resistance towards it.
Yeah, Mojer forcing the issue too much. CGRS peaks after the aftershock, and that's now MiTH Thailand getting the first kill. A plant though comes on in towards B. Hunter's Fury looking for a target. Savvy AK dancing around the side. Just runs into the clutches of Sephiroth there. Good damage by MiTH already. Eman low HP. Kaduma the jump peak. Stun comes on in. And he's caught out yet again. Sephiroth, he's casted the flare. There's the mega flare for the double. Give me a giga flare. Give me a third kill, Sephiroth. But Nexi all alone now. Has to clutch. Has to kill them all. The tap comes on in. The stall for time. And CGRS is just lighting a fire here for MiTH. This was 12-7 a while ago. Now it's 12-11.
The margin for error is slowly getting smaller and smaller for NAOS here, as they're given one more round of potentially a half buy. And once again, MiTH Thailand, I think they realize NAOS have the blinders on, Dax. They're in somewhat of a state of tunnel vision. Now some of these mistakes, they seem so clumsy, they seem overdone. MiTH Thailand, happy to oblige the overtime.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the arsenal right now here, Raph. Double operator. I think there is a backup gun for these two players nearby. But MiTH, they just want to get the pick early on. Kadoom tries to go for the shot through the cyber cage. No dice, but NAOS knows there's danger. And you said a while ago, the buy is going to be wonky here for NAOS. 2 Guardians, light armor for everyone.
Maybe the operator was really the sign of Kadoom's day clock hitting 12 midnight. Now they are somewhat helpless. Again, Mojer extends so far deep. But what does this benefit?
It's not working, and it's here. Laz masterminding this defense. Intention known, intel given, and MiTH Thailand have made it to overtime. We go for more.
Now it looks like they have their wind knocked out of their sails. Dax and MiTH Thailand, they are just looking to play the villain on Haven. We were so confident on NAOS defending their pick, but it looks like we're hitting a reset point here. Now it's looking like they're somewhat gassing out. MiTH Thailand, they still have a lot of fresh legs under them.
Yeah, 5 rounds for NAOS. 5 rounds for MiTH Thailand, and we are gonna go again on a map that, for the Philippine community, they always believe that Haven is the saving grace, but not this time. MiTH Thailand, we said it before in the pregame, they're good on this map. They're very lethal on it, and I guess the concern right now for MiTH is on the attacking side. When they play it slow, it hasn't worked out. When they go for the execute, it's a lot more successful.
That type of success is something NAOS is looking for, considering that those are very vicious rounds that they lost. And once again, they need to hit that reset button here just to keep this competitive now, Dax, because so far it is leaning heavily towards MiTH Thailand. Kadoom tucks himself onto Gong and, well, maybe set up a crossfire here, but it does look like MiTH Thailand vacate as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Mojer, Ja looking to find impact from Garage. And Mark's window especially to put the smoke down, but Kadoom, he is just on fire right now, and he's going for more. Avoids the stun, Paranoia is there, next he just runs into his crosshairs, and MiTH Thailand. Man, the M just stands for momentum right now. It's signed, sealed, and delivered, but Eman wants to send that torso on back. The dart's there, the swing comes in, and of course, it's Sephiroth who hands it all. NAOS, they need to hit the continue and fast because MiTH Thailand are looking to find the game over with match points.
We're running out of credits, we're running out of coins, and MiTH Thailand is looking like they're input reading the hell out of NAOS right now. And NAOS, in desperate times, have to rely on their coach and have to rely on this time to collect themselves, Dax. For, again, in all honesty, it looks like it's been unraveling for them in the most unkind way.
Yeah, and it's honestly and sadly characteristic for NAOS as a whole. They make it towards the finish line, but the struggle to cross it. They have a new system with Savvy being that IGL, with Eman just going for the shot calls alongside him, but it just hasn't panned out as yet for these finishers. You said a while ago, where's the coup de grace? Apparently it's MiTH who has the executioner's axe right now.
It does feel really, really bad to see NAOS on the chopping block, but as you mentioned, this is a position where they've found themselves in numerous times. What has happened to their finishing ability that was so very present back in the day? Perhaps it's still them adjusting to the new system, perhaps it's them adjusting to the new roles, but I feel like us looking at that,
Gotta go.
I don't know, maybe it's just being nitpicky, but to focus on more concrete things, I just feel like Mojo's been overextending like crazy without any support.
He's been punished, that's for sure. And Kadum now, he wants to get this quick and fast. He's had enough of Mojo in the corner. And Kadum, here comes last two. And MiTH Thailand, they've made a run and they're making sure that this marathon is theirs to claim. The finish line in sight. Eman yet again, the lone survivor. But by this point, he's merely a checkpoint here for MiTH. Laz and the rest on the hunt. They got the scan. They know where he is. And this was just utterly convincing. CGRS falls. Eman has a minute to make a miracle happen here, Raf. And MiTH, do they just play it safe? Play as 4 and wait for Eman to come their way. A disciplined approach, hiding in garage right now and waiting for the sound cue.
It feels like this has been what MiTH Thailand have been doing for the entirety of the match. They play their numbers really well. They don't overplay their hand. And they just let NAOS do their thing. And despite NAOS setting up the way they want to, MiTH Thailand
left.
just have the answer to most of these plays. And now, despite getting a free plant, I doubt that this is going to be enough for Eman. Although, if he gets another pick, then he could have Rolling Thunder and it could change the tide of this battle.
There's a possibility, but it's a slow one. Something we've said, though, at the
10
start of this
seconds left.
game, even with MiTH being down on the numbers, down the rounds, it felt like there were just rounds that they themselves controlled. This is the perfect example. And is it MiTH time to finish the job here on NAOS' map pick? Eman tries to go for the swing. Good one by Eman, but here comes the rest of MiTH! And there's just way too many targets to handle. Well played and well done. MiTH Thailand make a run and win it in overtime.
Cool, calm, and collected was MiTH Thailand. They never broke under the pressure of NAOS. And, well, it just seems like it's another day in the office for have an undeniably slow game, which is really uncharacteristic for him. At the same time, MiTH Thailand made sure that any lurk threat would be dealt with almost immediately. Now, the thing is, I would wonder why they would get the swap for perhaps the Viper as their main controller. At the same time, they're not really losing out on any of the stalling power because, yes, Snakebite is still there. Yes, we're still gonna have Mosh. I'm pretty sure Relay Bolt is gonna play a factor in those post plans. But the thing is, NAOS have been operating in such an aggressive speed that a slower comp like this could actually prove detrimental for them.
Yeah, they also have that Raze versus Neon matchup that you can expect actually on a map like this. Bind, of course, one of the maps you can still see Raze prevalent based on your composition. But here comes NAOS now on the attacking side. If you guys are just tuning on in, this is the second map, and MiTH Thailand making an incredible comeback in that first map to be the one with the advantage. Killua, though, goes for the hold alongside the wall. CGRS, rather than the usual Gecko here, moving over to the Cypher. And Mojer, gonna be holding hands alongside his teammate now to peek over onto Hookup. And also for the clear, Killua gets a clap there. A high 5.5. You're just stunned up. You're just taken down. And NAOS now a chance to make a play into B, but these two picks are so strong already. And NAOS, they're gonna have a map dominance so far. Nexi also finding Sephiroth. Good spray from Sephiroth. Gets a pick of his own. And MiTH at least gets one back.
Once again, NAOS have to be careful. It's really them needing to close out these rounds that we've been pretty much clamoring for. And MiTH Thailand, despite having a deficit, they are still going to be as clean as possible. Although with the spike going down, this is going to be that much more difficult to do. If he can find a kill here, then maybe this is going to be that much more possible. But Ja is ready and waiting in the wings.
Yeah, and Ja, classic up close, good enough to get that pick. 4v2 here, Dizzy up in the air too, doesn't get intel. Sephiroth also getting hounded on, now tracking their targets, getting the good backstabs. CGRS though, fighting chance, a 1v2 ahead of him, but big targets up in front. Ja on one side, Savvy 8K on the other. The ruse is just a piece of utility that will make you feel safe. Not for long, Ja will say, and another round goes to NAOS for a pistol.
Strong start on that pistol with NAOS, and a lot of oppressive utility going into the faces of MiTH Thailand. Like you mentioned, that was not very gentle for a high five. It felt more like a slap really on the cheek. But moving forward, if we get the volume that, you know, we're kind of used to for Ja, then having that second life is going to prove to be an issue for MiTH Thailand. At the same time, without the Brimstone, they're not going to have access to those, I guess, ubiquitous plays now where you orbital strike, you haul for an easy take, so on and so forth.
Yeah, they're giving up plan B basically for extra firepower in the front line. And one thing to note also, this is the third round for NAOS in pistols. They're 3 for 3 coming into the series. It's been a good way to start things off for them, but Nexi all alone with the Sheriff. Found by the crowd that is MiTH. CGRS. He might suffer the same fate, all alone on an island. The anchor on the site now. He does some good damage towards Mojer though, and Mojer might need a heal from Savvy 8K just to keep the fight alive.
You ask, you receive. MiTH Thailand don't have any weapons to
They swapped the weapons too? Oh, never mind.
Nexi had a Sheriff, so that's not much of an upgrade, but Ja ready and waiting again. Sees a few heads, gets a spray down instead.
Yeah, that's rare from Ja, a bit of a delay. He's like, oh, there are 2 people. Shoots them down, gets the kill. Mojer, saying a while ago, they were juggling that gun. Savvy's like, you got this, you have full HP, you can do it on your own. And here comes Savvy to hit the headshot at the very end. 2-0 for NAOS, a clean B take providing success.
Yeah, you saw Ja's camera there. He was looking at the mini-map first, but you can't do that when you're in the middle of an open angle. But hey, he was very confident. He still got those. See, look. He's like, oh. Surprise.
That's 2.
Okay, now the question is, MiTH Thailand are very much aware of what NAOS can do on these rounds, but it's essentially a full gun round on everybody's side here. I think there was also an upgrade on the side of NAOS. So, this is going to be treated not much like a bonus, but just a regular buy-up.
NAOS, they had everything they wanted and more coming into this bonus round. But Killua, a strong start here and a statement to catch out M and FPS. It's a big pick because this removes now the wingman from the table. No safe plant here for NAOS. They're going to need to take a site with a hard hit if they want to stand a chance of success.
NAOS is very adept at these hard hits. Sometimes a little too adept at taking the space, and it can lead to them getting punished. MiTH Thailand, though, still quite disciplined. They hear a little bit of rustling in the bushes, but it's not alarming them too much. They will expend a little bit of utility, or rather, it's NAOS expending a little bit of utility just to make sure that every avenue is safe. And NAOS, again, still trying to scale up towards A. MiTH Thailand not biting on the bait either.
Yo, CGRS against the masses, and CGRS set the stage, why don't you? Finds a 2, Savvy 8K also low, just runs into the snake bite there, and it's flawless for MiTH to get their own round on the board.
Ooh, MiTH Thailand make this quite expensive for NAOS, considering there were a few upgrades. It's not gonna hurt them too much for the immediate purchase, but moving forward, that's gonna be one more buy round in the back burner. MiTH Thailand, they do have neural theft, so if there are any stray picks on the default, they could snowball from that. At the same time, NAOS, they're really trying to play with the speeds here. You saw in that round, they were maybe trying to take the orbs away and maybe scale up to whatever opening they could find. But another problem, Dax, is MiTH Thailand have been pretty confident in their 1v1s. It just gives NAOS an extra thing to worry about.
Yeah, they're willing to challenge. We've seen it from Kilo, from Sephiroth. Just find the peek and the pick. Dizzy comes on out. Mojer also clearing out the hookah. But Sephiroth playing it safe now. A smoke as he repositions towards backside. The Viper wall also in the way of Mojer here. And Evan trying to be a bit cheeky inside the smoke. Maybe find an angle to get the plant going. But the stack from MiTH, so strong here. 2 moving into the octagon. NAOS now ready to go for a big flood from the hookah. And here comes the Waterworks. Fast lane into play. Kadum navigating to the other corner. And well placed by Kadum. Sephiroth also for reinforcements. NAOS right now trying to find any targets. But MiTH play a good game of keep away.
Lots of rage in the cage here, and NAOS have been reduced to just the last 2 members. They're still trying to keep this post plant as comfy as possible, but with so many members falling left and right, Mojer has no more seconds to live here. Sephiroth, once again, bringing that extra punch to the table.
Yeah, cage is the right term, Raph, because MiTH Thailand just locking them up on the site, throwing away the key. And you could see how perfectly played that was from MiTH yet again. Okay, Sephiroth, throw the smoke, why don't you? It's just...
It's 100 creds, brother.
Yeah, I mean, Kadum just repositions towards the right. They had that garden control, and effectively MiTH just got NAOS again exactly where they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, they're so good at effectively eliminating the limbs of the post plant defense that it just suffocates NAOS. And you know, that's a very, very good point to make. Their control over the map has just been so good. And maybe this is the reason why NAOS is hesitating on some of these heavier executes. But once again, this could be a punish coming in from MiTH.
You're looking for him. No, Motor's nearby! And CGRS just stomps him on the corner! Sephiroth yet again! Showing up when he's needed the most. And MiTH Thailand, they hold off short, they hold off lamps. They are just having everything they would like and more coming into this round. Kadum, though, spots the final 2 targets. All the intel MiTH need, they have it here.
Ready to conquer the cosmos is Sephiroth and the gang. And it was not for long for Ja to survive. Now MiTH Thailand, they only have 1 player really to worry about. That
right here.
I don't want to call it now. This seems like a really, really cold series for Nexi. Usually he's the one that they can rely on for, again, impact frags, just holding down the line for the team. But right now, MiTH Thailand have nullified his effectivity.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate to see. No kills as of yet for the Viper. And we see now as they made some of these adjustments to put Nexi on more comfortable positions. It's been one of the criticisms for now is coming into Ascension, right? They were forcing Nexi to play Initiator. It was okay, it was good enough for PH, but not on the regional stage. Now he's back on Sentinel, and if you've seen his match history, Viper is effectively his most comfortable controller. So it's just not working for NAOS right now. They're gonna need him to step on up if they want to stand a chance. Because MiTH firing on all cylinders. Ja, he's gonna go for the not dead yet, and this means NAOS, they're gonna force the issue. In there they go. Mojer gets one, CJS even gets a double now. Ja, double dead. No escape here for NAOS. And MiTH Thailand stop the push before it even starts.
Well, NAOS have to avoid getting butchered here, Dax, and it does look like Nexi has inserted himself towards B. Maybe, just maybe, if they can make their way here, it could be yet another attempt at a post-plant defense. But look at where Laz is positioned. This rotate could actually be over before it begins. As, once again, MiTH Thailand flexing their map control here. Uh-oh. Maybe CGRS could find an extra body here, too.
Oh, the timing, though. Knives out. And Nexi gets on the board. Exactly what NAOS needed. He asked for him to step on up. He's doing so here with a great infiltration towards the B site. Opening things up, and NAOS also a bit disciplined in the approach. They go around from the fountain towards long. They avoid places Nexi didn't clear himself.
Spike planted.
The plant now coming on down. 3v3 though, and NAOS a fighting chance to try and equalize. Sephiroth though coming up from the hookah. Laz also there from long, multiple angles here for mid. We said it a while ago, Raph. They're confident with the 1v1s. But can NAOS capitalize? Laz, warning shots and a snake bite to boots. Now still into the corner. Nexi's good for another here. And Nexi! Here he comes! And he's ready to go for more. But Kilowatt shutting him down before it can feast. Savvy AK with the finisher. We asked for it, and NAOS will deliver. We are tied up now.
Mr. Percentage himself is back on the board here in such emphatic fashion too, Dax. My goodness, words are hard. At the same time, this game is not getting any easier for NAOS, but with everybody just kind of putting their foot on the gas, this series could still be doable. Nexi does have Viper's Pit here, so maybe, just maybe, they could clog up an important part of the map there, as well as the Seekers on the side of Xavi. They just, once again, strong-arm their way onto the site here. The problem is, it is such a big gamble for them to kind of walk in. I mean, the only reason why that last round was doable was because of Nexi's insert.
Yeah, and Nexi is that backup option, but Made in Thailand removing options one by one all across the map. Kazum bringing out the op a lot earlier this game here, Raph. And you saw how effective it was on Haven. Now they're very wary of it and will just back away and play towards B here.
Oh man, MiTH is so good at burning so much resources from NAO's first hit, and once again, despite having those backup plans, Dax, it just becomes that much more expensive, right? I mean, Laz still has his snake bite here, and he has his eye strain onto Hookah, but fortunately for him, the rest of his team are here to back him up.
Yeah, 1-for-1 again. Mojer trying to go for the clear. Mojer, a good double onto the site. Now we're left to a 2v2, and Kadum finds the rifle in time. Almost that constant tough for the operator on the retake. MiTH though, lobbing the paint shells, forcing Zhao away. He's quite low on the HP and no utility to use. CGRS waiting for the peek on out. Zhao swings and he's able to get back in cover in time. Cyber cage for safety. Kadum now looking for even more targets. A ruse to flush Kadum out here onto the site. And Mojer's waiting patiently. Now it's a disadvantage on HP. There's the tap from CGRS. There's the head being rolled. And Made in Thailand, they have the cover. A single bullet's enough. And Kadum will get that secured. 4-3 as MiTH will keep the lead.
Goodness me, NAOS, despite having a beautiful recovery, just could not keep up with the economy of manpower as Made in Thailand again. Great opening picks. Couldn't anticipate the aggressive op either, as you saw Xavi trying to fight that longer angle. But a timeout, again, no surprise on anybody's end here. As Made in Thailand, you see they're getting a bit more brazen with how they're positioning themselves on that defense. Like I said, they walked up so deep with that operator. And now it's leaving. Now it's really stumped.
No, I agree with you. You could see the difference now compared to game number 1 to game number 2. Confidence from MiTH, bringing out the operator early. But I also want to factor in that one round where Nexi played so pivotal for. You look at the other side of the coin. MiTH stopped both the Mojer entry and the Ja second life. Now Made in Thailand coming into these next few rounds, they're going to be feeling very confident to go for these peaks, knowing that NAOS has a bit more of a scattered approach on the offense.
Oh man, so if they just go with a numbers game here, NAOS is potentially gonna get steamrolled if the defense decides to invest more players on particular spots. At the same time, I don't think there's a real weak point here in the MiTH defense. They've taken care of business towards the shower end of the map, and long control has not really been an issue for them either, because you talked about how dominant Made in Thailand is once they have that octagon control anyway. So them contesting the long angle just wouldn't really make sense. Now they might just go for a heavier approach here, Dax, with their lesser weapons, and maybe this could be the surprise attack that they need.
Yeah, I mean, it's an eco round, and NAOS has the hope and the dream of the Bucky. But to slow things down, the paint shells are thrown, and NAOS is just gonna go for the investment. A two-prong attack towards B site. Immediately, Trailblazer sent to get the intel fast lane. Here we go. Mojer will meet the other end of the what? Not even gonna see the showstopper there! Mojer! Maximum overdrive! And here he comes to get the 3K! A miracle play here from NAOS, and they will take the site now!
Spike
Maximum
planted.
overdrive, maximum effort by Mojer. As Sephiroth does have a Vandal in hand and only a single smoke to work with. We have seen him pull off a few miracles here and there. Although I doubt that this is the round for him to play the spoil sport for NAOS.
It's tough. Mojer 5 HP and can't find the impact now. He has the Bucky on hand. Does he still even have the overdrive here by this point? Molly also onto the elbow. Goes for the taps. Smoke in the way. Shots ring courtesy of Mojer. The sidearm putting pressure on. Now waiting for the opportunity. The double swing comes on in. And Emma ducks for cover to get the Thrifty 2. Now it's equalized, but what a round from Mojer there.
Sometimes you can't fault him for doing that because when it works, it really works. When it doesn't,
One enemy remaining.
I'm just gonna say it works really well when it works really well. But at the same time, if Made in Thailand can consistently stop that, because it has been working out for them for the most part, right? Like you talked about it, Jaw's second life was completely obliterated as well as Mojer's entry. But maybe the shotguns are the answer here. I mean, he gets in your face a lot, and realistically, it's only one click anywhere to the body, but this is a lot of utility being expended for hookah.
CGRS is dangerous. Does get tagged, and if now checks the corner,
Does he
they
go?
will find the kill, find the cypher, but he said it. Do they? No, CGRS, not like this. Out in the open and an easy target. The Seeker's also putting the pressure on in the Viper's pit, though. Last stunt on up, and next he's there to finish off the job. NAOS is just clearing corners very well here, Raph, and they will take the site because of it.
Doom does have a nade here. He does deny the plant, so that's enough space and time for his team to move in, Dax, and even gets one more.
Just gotta say, the Seekers, they're the ones who played spoiler into the
Spike
round.
planted.
And Made in Thailand, they went for the risky play. They're gonna have to go for the save here instead. Now
Wow.
Esports will take this lead. And this is what you want to see from NAOS, right? Just be a lot more careful on the corners, use the utility to make sure everything is safe on the entry. And as soon as that happens, Mojer and the rest, they just get the right timing on mid there.
I mean, measured aggression is really difficult to pull off, right? Because you don't want to sacrifice your speed for precision. At the same time, Made in Thailand are getting a little antsy with these defensive setups, so maybe it is the perfect time to do so. I'm also curious why they didn't go for it. I think they have enough bank anyway to go for I think a half buy in the next round.
Yeah, look at the money from CGRS and Kadum here.
Yeah, but either way, you know, Made in Thailand is a very safe team, so they'd rather go for the safer play.
Yeah. And a timeout now called by mid. That's 2 rounds where they had the play, they had the plan, and it just blows up in their face. You can't blame them. I was really looking towards mid there, especially for Kadum, where he's just like, okay, I have the showstopper. If a Neon comes up towards me, I have to shoot it down my feet, and that's it, right? That's all good. But no, NAOS getting these fast hits, getting these picks very quickly and very cleanly, and it's been making a world of a difference for the past few rounds here.
At least on Bind. I mean, on Haven, there were a few times it was working, but you saw what happened in some of those rounds where they did get stalled out. Composition-wise, though, I don't think there's too much stalling power, actually, on Made in Thailand right now, if I really think about it. I mean, sure, the nade is there, but the nade is, for what it is, actually needs a lot of precision to get max value from. Made in Thailand, they're addressing the fact that they're kind of getting run over on these blitzes. What do they really have to try and brick wall NAOS here?
Well, I'm thinking, do they set up the double controller together? Do they have CGRS utility on one side and the Sentinel himself on the other now? Those are ways to maybe trip up Mojer or whoever comes after him. But you said it, Mitt, it's that stall that they're lacking at this point, even though this is such a tried and tested composition on a map like Bind. Mojer wants to make a push happen. Trailblazer, yet again. She requires there. Sephiroth! Brave!
Wow.
And he does do the damage at least. As MiTH, they're on a half buy for some of them.
I think they get a little bit of info on that too. So at least Made in Thailand are going to be operating with a little bit more security Although that's gonna be a huge teleport, but they get chunked
Spike
away. But
down,
wait a
B.
minute.
Yeah.
Post-mortem, Emin falls.
And it's MiTH with the advantage now in terms of numbers. That Pain Shield's at the very end, doing decisive damage. MiTH ready to burst one more time. They hear any kind of sound cue. They're gonna open up that door. It's danger close here, Raph. Ja playing the ruse just to keep things safe. But as soon as there's spike confirmation, MiTH will burst, MiTH will push, and you can feel the tension here. Oh,
They better do it quickly. Next, he does have a pit, so that's gonna be a lot of problems to deal with, despite being a
30
2v3
seconds left.
situation. At the same
tried to
time,
bait
if
it.
they can get rid of the pit, I think it's still a very good investment on the side of Made in Thailand.
they tried to bait it with that sound cue, but MiTH aren't falling for it. They're
Spike
waiting for the
planted.
plant. Now they do so. And Laz, he's hopping. He's trying to get a bit of speed there, but Ja over on the corner, left unchecked. Doesn't even need it. Just stares the Viper straight in the eye. To pick me up, to go for more.
enemy
And he's ready to bulldoze
What?
with that extra bit of decay. Ja holds, sexy finishes. NAOS will get the 6th round here.
Looking like a pretty strong half on the side of NAOS. And the lack of stalling utility is somewhat biting MiTH in the back. They will have a pretty decent buy round coming in. But again, maybe they're missing something with their utility here. They're not really getting a lot of value off of Killua's flashes or early info, now that I really think about it. Laz is not having the greatest of games, nor are we really feeling the Viper pressure coming from MiTH side either. But now they have that going for them. But they do have Not Dead Yet on the side of Cha, so if they choose to be stubborn, they have the utility to do so.
Yeah, and Emman just keeps away the nade. Mojer, though, catching Sephiroth there. Trip mark short, but you can slide in, and you can keep the pain train going. Chug along, Mojer, why don't you? NAOS now. A heavy hand to play into A. And Laz, he's been caught by the Dizzy, caught by Nexi, and he's just gone, man. 3 for Mojer here.
player
Killua
standing.
also walking into the snake
Spike
bite.
planted.
What MiTH were doing to NAOS a while ago, NAOS is returning tenfold. And the flash now giving the intel. They knew Kadum's nearby. They played the Thrash 2 to check out CT, but it doesn't matter. Nexi honed in, and a flawless NAOS round to make a statement here.
Last round.
Reads
before the
upon
switch.
reads. NAOS finally hitting their stride here. And hopefully not too late for the series. Ja gets to retain his ultimate from that previous round. So this final round on the half is going to prove to be challenging for Made in Thailand. Fortunately for them, they have enough to buy up. Sephiroth has a really daring choice here, Dax, to not go for the armor. He is one away from Orbital Strike. And speaking of, it doesn't seem like it's hurting NAOS at all to not have a Brimmy.
We haven't seen it much right into the game. Flash comes on in, and Mojer trying to capitalize on that fast counter from Killua. But you said it a while ago too. The flashes from MiTH, they're just to dissuade them. We haven't seen the swings come on in compared to NAOS, where Savvy 8K has a number of assists from the stun, from the flash, and they even get the orb to bring in the overdrive here.
NAOS feels like they're just willing to fight. As long as there's no, again, smokes in their way or whatnot, Savvy will get rid of that Trailblazer. So that's still gonna alarm Made in Thailand. The players are still here. Kadum has to back out, otherwise he could get overrun. But now they have to be aware that there's a lot of players on this B site.
Expending a lot of Gecko utility. Savvy somehow survives with the fade away there. And effectively now, NAOS will just play into that A side, waiting for the timing from Ja and Nexi. Nexi making his presence known. Maybe a chance from the showers here. Relay Bolto. Mojer now getting in there. Emman catching out Laz and CGRS. There's just no escape.
30
Sephiroth though, the glass cannon of the round. Laser from the sky, tries to get the catch on the spike. But Sephiroth's good for the 2. But you need to take care of Ja twice now. Mojer, overdrive, gets the 1. Killua with the trade. Killua even catching Ja. We're 2v2 here, Raph. The Seekers into play though, Killua, Sephiroth, now they regroup together to make their way towards the spike. But there's a smoke in the way, and
Last player
Killua, he wants to go
standing.
for the tap. One tap though from Emman. Precise sure,
enemy
inside the
remaining.
smoke now, Sephiroth sees the Viper coming his way! And 1v1, Emman gets it done! A 3K at the end, and an 8-4 half for NAOS to work with.
Really curious choice to
Time. But we can't count out Made in Thailand at all. We saw what happened there on Haven. Now they're on the attacking side. And Mojer looking to make the push as early as possible. CGRS, the mark target. Savvy AK also with the rush down now. The first pick comes NAOS way, and they're looking for more across the map here.
They are hungry for that numbers advantage, but it does look like they're going to go back into the safety of the site yet again after getting their one. And with CGRS eliminated from play, their flanks are going to be that much more delicate and maybe tender. As you see Nexi, he's really wanting to capitalize on that too, but he will get spotted out by the flash. But like we said, every time they get a flash out, they don't necessarily do anything about it. I feel like if Made in Thailand were a bit more, I guess, urgent with the confirms with the flashes, then maybe they could have kept the round score closer.
Doom though, keeping the fight alive. Numbers equalized again as showers have been taken here by MiTH. They set up the smoke too to flush out Mojer potentially. And Killua, he's creeping towards short. The tap comes on in towards the spike.
30
No full
seconds
commit as
left.
of yet. This time around, a default plant here for Sephiroth. Spike planted, but watch out for Nexi. Wants to play the flank from the market itself. A double stack here, courtesy of the lamps of Mojer alongside Savvy AK.
One
Here
enemy
comes the spray,
remaining.
here comes the shots, and Mojer, of course, good for the triple already. He wants more. Nexi, though, clocked by Kadoom. Big answer from Kadoom. He's had a beautiful round so far. Can he finish it off? They line up. It got too close for comfort. But now, they will have a hero in the name of Mojer. And with it, a round here in the second half and a fourth pistol round in the series.
I'm out of here.
Scared me a little bit there with the lineup, and you know how much damage the Sheriff can do, especially in the hands of a marksman like Kadoom. Getting 4 for himself will obviously still help his individual cause. But that's still a round being surrendered to NAOS. I think he's quite close to showstopper now, so that's something he has going for him. On the other side, look at Mojer.
Yeah, that's the thing. Overdrive costs 1 less than the showstopper, though, unfortunately. And I kind of think Overdrive's a better ult than showstopper by this point.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Kind of pretty sure about that one. Just
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Neon is Neon, but Kadoom and the rest though making a convoy to play towards B long here. Savvy AK, a few warning shots here and there. Clocking Killua too, but Kadoom again. Sharp shooter. He's been so good with the Sheriff coming into the second half. And Nexi, he's gonna have to give up the site just because he has the judge in hand here.
But he has. He has to wait for his teammates to get attention away from him before he can pop out and maybe do some damage. And Mojer's eager to do so. How does he know that this corner is completely vacated as Kadoom is trying to dance around?
Yeah, how is he still alive? And even catches Evan busy with utility. Kadoom would... Kadoom! Dude, just the chosen one doing the Matrix! Somehow, someway, Kadoom will survive all those bullets. And now they'll need to look for the confirmation fast. Mojer ripping off the spy come dart on him. Nexi just waiting for the convergence of the rest of NAOS. And Nexi out in the open. Kadoom again. Another Sheriff headshot. He's been such a hero for MiTH here. Sephiroth taking a page out of that playbook. And MiTH, they get the thrifty into this one. What was that from Made in Thailand?
And Kadoom still did not die. I can't believe that. Well, you talked about the overdrive being much cheaper. But it seems like the race is all tied up now, Dax. They're both one away.
I cannot. How do you stay alive as a race out in the open against how many people and still get a headshot along the way?
And then still survive for the rest of the round.
And then still survive for the rest of the round. And now he's one away from the showstopper, as you said. Made in Thailand has turned the script immediately to a new page. And unfortunately for NAOS, they're the ones who were just caught lacking there. Mojer
found my wire.
Making noise, sliding into the market. CGRS. Oh, couldn't find the swing on him. Trailblazer. Going for incel. Mojer, easy target for the Spectre up close. And MiTH, they found the one. They know also the rest of NAOS tried to find a play elsewhere.
Well, they'll have to keep scrounging and scouting. NAOS trying to be a bit more forward in their advance, but little do they know, Laz is actually ready and waiting here too. Made in Thailand trying to scale up towards A. There is a lone defender in the form of Eman, but this is not going to be helped by the fact that he only has a Sheriff in hand. He'll have the rest of his team come sooner, but CGRS is already opening it up for MiTH Thailand.
Yeah, unfortunately for Evan and Savvy, there's no Kadoom. They don't avoid the bullets. They get taken down just like that with CGRS and Nexi. Yeah, but it's time to go next here.
Toxins going up.
Yeah. I don't even think there's any weapons to pick up on the ground. Sheriff, maybe, but like, what is that worth?
At this rate to me, if MiTH win this map and effectively win the series from behind after the flawless especially, that round where Kadoom did the impossible and survived, that's gonna haunt everyone cheering for NAOS there. And with it, you get the 2 ultimates online. Showstopper, Overdrive, up next, but a strong anti-eco here from MiTH really shows that they're just back in command, even though the score says differently.
Yeah, that could have been the beginning of an unfortunate butterfly effect for NAOS fans everywhere, Dax. I mean, realistically, Mojer should have had his overdrive sooner than Kadoom, you know, even grasping at the showstopper here. But once that half reset hit, it feels like MiTH and Thailand were ready to put on the suit and do business once again. Ja, a few away from the not dead yet, will spot out one. And once again, he shouldn't have had that, but there he goes.
Well, if it's a gift horse in the mouth, MiTH in Thailand will take it anyway. It's already the pick onto Ja. Clove's gone, but can still use the smokes from the afterlife. The Molly coming into play, and MiTH now making their way towards the default. Hero Theft also into play. Next, he needs to get a cover, or else he's gonna get sprayed there. Spike planted. Emma, though, that's exactly what NAOS needs. Find the kill at the very least. 4v4 now. Emma waiting to see if anyone's gonna peek his way. MiTH on the other hand, Laz, good station. CGRS, same case from Shower. Post plant setup here from MiTH. The Russo in the way. Here comes NAOS now, but Kadoom's good for the one. And MiTH, they clean up house. They were ready from every angle, and this round will send ripple effects moving forward.
And it is felt. If those ripples turn into waves, then maybe the boat that NAOS is on is going to get consumed. NAOS still in such unfortunate terms right now. They have to go for yet another eco Dax. They could realistically go for a half buy, but they try to play the safe. They do have a slight round lead to play with, but after the first map, I don't trust any of these round leads anymore, to be honest with you.
Outlaws in hand, Amando cleaning up the kill on the CGRS. So 1 for 1, a gun out in the open. And maybe someone like Ja can pick that up later on. But MiTH, they saw the contact and the push from that B side. Sending intel here. The Trailblazer going for Shower. They spot out Nexi. And now they have a lay of the land here.
They have the plan, they have the blueprints. And Laz is looking to build upon yet another comeback. Finding Mojer and finding Ja in the process. Savvy, Emin, and Nexi maybe in a bit of a head scratcher of a situation, Dax. As they could have to front this.
See ya. One enemy remaining.
Thanks for the outlaw.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's 2. And MiTH in Thailand. It's the same case, isn't it, Raf? 8-4 to start off the half here. Now, it's all but gonna be a 9-8 standing for NAOS coming into the next round. And you gotta wonder what's next here for NAOS. MiTH is just finding every kind of opening against him.
What is on the drawing board for NAOS indeed? And
Got 5. That's
you know,
bingo.
despite the eco, they only managed to fight CGRS. It wasn't that big of an investment anyway, but if they could have found another one, it could have been a bit more
By outlaw.
acceptable. By Outlaw, you did your job, and now you are sent into non-existence. But going back to what you said, maybe they wanna dissect the map even more carefully. I mean, it's not like MiTH is playing in bad spots either, right? Because NAOS did get that early fight on B long, but maybe they just lingered a little bit too long.
Whatever the case is, NAOS, they have guns to work with. They have 2 ultimates also to make an impact. And if they want to stop the rally of MiTH, it has to be right here, right now. A default yet again from MiTH in Thailand, knowing that NAOS loves to peek out early on. It's more reserved here, actually. The station for Nexi, always that top position on top of the container to get big intel onto Hookah. Trailblazer also here, Raph. Killua searching for any kind of opening, but it's such a quiet approach here from MiTH, and NAOS is kept guessing here.
What do the fates have in store for NAOS as Maiden Thailand are working this clock and working this map as well as they can? And arguably, the weaker side here is ADAX. They only have this smoke that might fade out at any given moment, plus the utility Eman has, but Kadum...
Yeah. Fly too high, Ja, though, flushed out over on the corner. And here comes John now to just punch CGRS right in the face. A 5v3 make that 5v2. Exactly what NAOS needs coming into this one. Clean looking, and it truly is all 5 alive. Double digits now for NAOS.
That's right. I did say A was arguably the stronger side for NAOS. That's exactly what I said, guys. Don't look at the VOD. But again, on paper, it felt like it was. I mean, they didn't really have the stalling utility, but what does that matter when you can shoot your gun and point it at their head? And like you mentioned, maybe just a little too overzealous is Kadum there. They did find success on being aggressive with these takes, but now slowly adjusting. If anything, two more rounds, 3 more rounds. And this could be a more competitive series.
And now it's a set play early on. A quick advance from the TP and the shower, but Killua able to weather the storm. Advantage here for Maiden Thailand. They want to recover after the last round and fast. Laz also on the corner. Nexy's the one honed in onto it. And Nexy, who sees who first? They're pinging it. They have the idea. Seen the barrel now. Confirmation. And it's a freebie. Now it's at least finding one on the other side of the map. But here we go again. Pressure's on A.
Pressure. Quite a lot of it too on the shoulders of Ja. Can he hold on strong for the rest of his team as they try and rotate in?
The sprays through the smoke. MiTH though, no plant yet. We still have Savvy trying to at least be the safeguard of the other side. Does MiTH expect this though? Did they count the players on the opposite side of the map here? Savvy and K, there's the peek out, but Killua's just so quick! Killua with another one, and he's just answering whatever NAOS throws at him. Molly in the way, plant goes down here for MiTH.
It's in his name, Dax, and he's equalizing this as well for Maiden Thailand, and it does look like this is more than just that. It is in the favor of Maiden Thailand as CGRS finds one more. Nexy, can you be the hero that your team needs? And the answer is no. Sephiroth once again throws his name in the hat, and Maiden Thailand have sliced the way at this lead.
Every setup, Killua himself answered. Cleaning up towards the shower side, finding Savvy 8K there on the site, and even NAOS can't believe it. They need to go for the timeout.
Coach has had a slow half. I mean, he had 20 at the start. It's only 22. Maybe they do need that water break just to rehydrate. Did Savvy take off the jersey? Maybe it was getting a little too warm. But enough of that. Going back to the matchup, Dax. I mean, when NAOS wins, it gets their team fired up, but then you see them overheat the very next round. It's like, don't do it. Temperance is basically the key to this matchup because if anything, Maiden Thailand have been consistently patient no matter what the rounds say.
Yeah, I agree with you. Aggressive set plays from NAOS, they haven't worked as much coming into the series because we've seen the way MiTH plays reserved at the start of these rounds, and especially here on Bind. On this offense, multiple approaches to play the default. They're just hanging back, waiting for the targets, and in that case, you just walk into it.
I can't believe Sephiroth has 18 again. It's like this guy is so good at just dropping these really quiet game. But again, maybe it's the system of Maiden Thailand too. Everything is just so well oiled that individual star power, I wouldn't say gets overshadowed, but it does become quite secondary in the grand scheme of things. Either way, NAOS, they need everything that they can muster to maybe close out this map. Again, they have a round lead now. They have Viper's Pit, they have Overdrive, they have Seekers, and Maiden Thailand, they have nothing to speak of in terms of ultimates.
Yeah, the Seekers from Savvy 8K have been helpful for NAOS in these certain rounds. But Mojer also, watch out for him. 22 on the board. Looking for more. He's been having a good game here so far coming into Bind. But Kazum, even better now. Ja falls, opens up a bit off the A site here. You still have Eman though hanging out towards the backside. The TP comes on in, and here we go again. Made in Thailand. They make the noise to try and make the play towards B. But it's a fake. The re-rotation leaving Kadum for the lurk.
I don't know if now they're completely aware. They've planted
Seekers
one
got
player
info.
here.
Oh,
30 seconds
Eman now. Uria's eyes as the situation. And NAOS reconverge onto the backside. Now they're aware here, Raph. Now they have an inkling, but mid, they're running out of time. Someone needs to plant and fast, but the snake bite is just getting quite a nuisance. Eman on the board, and NAOS ready in the backside there. CGRS though! Where did he come from? And we are all tied up 10-10.
Why didn't they just invest the pit? There was so much time for them to do that, even earlier. Maybe the small lapse of judgment could be the reason why NAOS is snowballing, but it is becoming such a difficult task, Dax. Again, time and time again, we are waiting for that killing blow. But Made in Thailand, they have survived all the way to evening up the scoreline. Ultimate advantage obviously still on the side of NAOS, but it doesn't even feel like they're passive threats at this point.
It's just so tough. The buy is relatively weak here for NAOS, and that's an understatement. You have what, the hero Guardian in the hands of Eman. Mid was able to rally before. They've done so again to tie things up, as you've said. And now they're going for a very familiar play. Pressure onto Shower. A small lurk towards short 2. And at the very least, it's NAOS here. Playing yet again similar positions. Eman on one side, Ja actually inside Labs here with the Bucky on hand.
I'm actually surprised too they're not using Eman's utility for early warning signs. They've been very reserved with this, and maybe this is what's causing them to get flooded really quickly. I mean, right now, Made in Thailand, they're committing to the stacks, and they are winning on these fights.
I mean, they know they have the advantage.
I know
Illua
exactly
again
where
has
you
truly turned on up coming into the second half. Ja, though, braving through the smoke. Ja is just holding W. He doesn't care. Gets the buckshot off the Sephiroth. But here we go with Mojer now. Pressure through as Ja comes on in. Overdrive, though, gonna be the deciding factor here for NAOS. But MiTH have drawn the line on the sand. And there's just no crossing at all. 3v1 as Nexi's all alone. The spike's planted. Anything Nexi can scrounge, it's being kept at bay, kept in the hands of MiTH. CCJRS, Laz. They're camping these guns right now. Nexi, though, finds the opening. 1v2. Back into Lamps. Tries to go for a different angle here. Turnabout. Fair play. A shot on Kadum. Oh, the shot on CGRS is even better. And a chance for Nexi, but Kadum will shut that down. The effort was there for NAOS, but MiTH will take this lead instead.
78.
It is so unfortunate to say that we could be witnessing one of the craziest meltdowns. Dax, this round lead was honestly pretty huge, and Nexi again at the cusp of clutching it out for his team, but NAOS unfortunately could not defend that lead long enough. And we are in the exact same situation from Haven. Made in Thailand are getting closer and closer to taking the series, but it's Mojer with that operator. This could be their deciding factor. This could be the winning purchase. And now they are hinging their success on this huge investment.
No, I agree with you. This could be perhaps the penultimate round if MiTH still takes this. This has been a game of mental fortitude, and MiTH has won many of those battles so far. Now, they need to prove themselves right here, right now, that they can bring it back up. And speaking of what's up, the Viper's Pit online. Control for Belong, but the stack comes on in from Hook instead.
Savvy's had a relatively quiet game in terms of just frags and go! Right now he's making a lot of noise.
Savvy 8K, he's here, he's in position. Mojer also up close and personal. The TP play from NAOS, they go for the choke and they go for Ja, getting two. Laz, oh, the timing onto the smokes. And Laz gets away with bloody murder. It's a freebie in a 1v2 now, but now NAOS went for the go-ahead play anyway.
He has Pit. Maybe he could have fought for the spike right then and there, but he goes for the
Timing.
long con.
Oh!
30 seconds left.
He gets one more, Dax, and it's down to 1v1 again. Tension is rising.
Another 1v1 situation. The wingman's there! And Eman will sign, seal, deliver this time. They made a wish here for NAOS, and it's granted. We see it to 11-11.
Wish upon the stars. That's exactly what NAOS is doing, and they're clamoring for this win.
This is crazy though. Look at Mojer. He had the op. He had no business getting in there up close, but he did so. And I just want to point out, real quick, Raph, that's another time where the flights of Kadum, it's answered by NAOS. Apparently, it's the wing team that knows how to shut down those high flyers.
I feel like there's an exclusive no-fly zone here. There's a minimum height requirement for for the success of the entry. But now they burned their second time out here. They're trying to assess where they're going wrong, because it does seem like this is getting really dangerous for both these teams. Granted, MiTH and Thailand have just sheer momentum of this matchup, but NAOS have found their second win here with that operator.
And it was a must-win there for NAOS. Now they have a chance to either take the win or at least go for overtime if possible. They should have a relatively decent economy moving forward the rest of regulation, and I gotta wonder if that's the same case for MiTH right now. You can see though, there have been some big step-up players coming into this game. I'd say Kadum in the second half. I've mentioned him multiple times. Mojer here, 25 kills. Also CGRS, a quieter first game, doing better here in the second.
Oh yeah, and despite not like having the most frequent lurks, the ones that have caught us off guard, well, in true lurk fashion, were the ones that did win rounds for MiTH and Thailand. And now MiTH and Thailand, they look really sure of taking shower away from NAOS, and this looks like it's probably the best call they've made the entire game.
That's a good read, and Nexy's all alone here, but he has the op in hand. If he can find a pick, it'll be helpful. Just can't see through the smoke, unfortunately, and with it, it's MiTH who get the clear spike plant now. Snakebite, though, trying to at least dissuade the plant itself. The Doom also out in front, but the retake now is the game. The Viper Spit will be online, and MiTH are building a stronghold here on A site, giving their chances to become even greater. Nexy still playing up top. Mojer now clearing out lamps. And Mojer, what was that shot? He believed he achieved. Kadum doesn't even know where that came from. And Laz also mowed down by Mojer. Check his PC by this point as NAOS take advantage. But there is still the orbital strike. Sephiroth ready to buy time. Wingman will fall in duty, but Nexy, he's the one with the operator now. Is there enough time though? It will be close, but MiTH will still take the round anyway. That's the power of the Brimstone in the end.
Match point.
That has to be debilitating, Dax, despite so many impressive kills on the side of Mojer. And I was about to add that possibly the operator is the worst weapon to bring in the Viper's pit. Was quickly fixed by the impressive finds of the NAOS duelist. At the same time, like you said, that delay power, the sheer delay power of the of the orbital strike and the Brimstone in general cannot be minimized. And now MiTH and Thailand close to winning it all. One more round for them.
It's a heartbreaker for NAOS in that last round. A chance still to maybe go for overtime, but the money, Rafa, was a bit more hopeful, but it's a Stingers, it's Guardians, a Bulldog. And MiTH, on the other hand, they have everything they would like and more. 4 rifles, the Outlaw 2, and they're gonna put pressure on the site they found success in.
Is this where they finally retaliate? Mojer again with that operator, making his claim, making his takebacks.
Another!
And yet another one.
Whoa, Laz though, at least with the trade, but the operator has found the impact. Mojer has done his duty throughout the game. And can NAOS use that, so at least keep themselves alive. A tap comes in from CGRS. Mosh Pit 2 going for the delay. Laz braving through the smoke, trying to find any kind of pick towards backside here. And it's Nexy now looking for impact, but Emma's back turn. It's a freebie for Sephiroth. 3v3. As MiTH still needs to find the opening. They're struggling to find the space that they would like. NAOS at least playing a good game of keep away here. But eventually, someone's gonna have to relent. Laz now, he's pushing, he's getting close, and Nexy with a shutdown. Savvy 2, finding the trade. Sephiroth all alone here, and we see NAOS keep the fight alive. We go again into another overtime in the series.
Switching sides.
These are some
Overtime.
mighty dangerous waters both teams are wading through. But Calm Oceans never made a skilled sailor. And once again, Mojer being that X factor now sorely needed.
Insane. It's an insane game here, Raph. And look at the numbers right now. 29 kills for Mojer. He found impact after impact there at the winding down moments of that second half. CGRS Sephiroth 22 apiece. But I gotta wonder here, has NAOS done enough to find the fight in them to bring the series to a decider, or can MiTH get the same scoreline again? We'll find out as NAOS on the attack, and they want to make the split happen towards B. But here comes Kadoom. We haven't seen this from MiTH throughout the game. Pagels there, but Savvy 8K, the spray done to get the 2K, and that's a good start here for NAOS.
Now all they have to do is worry about that follow through. It has been somewhat lacking on their end, but like you said, this is where they could find themselves in the midst of a small identity crisis. Mid in Thailand still looking pretty good on this defense, as they haven't really suffered too much barring those 2 kills, and now they are working this timer as well as they can.
Playing it safe, Kilowatt Joe ready for close contact. Here comes the wingman slap, and Mojer with a knockout punch. Now pressure's on, and the medal is even on point 2. It's just NAOS there, getting the stun rather, getting the shutdown, and from that point on, the Seekers to find the final target. CGRS, he's been to the biggest stages, he's been to Masters, he was part of that PRX roster, but in this situation, can he be the hero yet again? Odds stacked against him. You got Savvy 8K trying to find that intel too, but by this point, Raph, it will take a miracle here for CGRS, and NAOS Esports are ready for any kind of contact here.
There's a lot of patience being showed here by CGRS, but that timer is eventually going to hit 0, and he hasn't found any culprit just yet. Spray until they get found out, and my goodness, this is kind of falling apart for NAOS. And yet another round where they scare us to near death. Made in Thailand could not clutch it out.
You know what we should do? I'll tell you. We should win.
NAOS Esports see themselves in a position to keep this one going. Map point for NAOS, and a strong punish to start off the round. The aggressive plays here for both teams actually coming into these defenses just haven't worked out, have been found out, have been answered. And at this point, MiTH, they need a good execute to win out this overtime and force a second one here. Now then, NAOS, the stack comes in from Shower. Mojer also glass cannon here, Raph, operator in hand, and Josh there to play protector with him.
Hawk out!
They just haven't found an answer to this operator, and maybe this could still continue their woes. But Kadoom, is he aware of this crossfire? Maybe not him, but Killua is there. Nexi falls, so that's one less controller to worry about.
Yeah, and that's the control here for NAOS on defense. The Viper Wall to dissuade the B push, it's not gonna be usable now. Who do you have in smokes? Clove, very difficult to utilize around this map here. You can see MiTH take advantage of that one. B's wide open, and they'll just step on the door hinge itself. Kick it now with the Trailblazer. Mojer honed in. He needs to get a pick if they want to stand a chance into this round here. The smoke's in the way. The flash is being set to. Warning shot with the operator. They know Mojer's there in backside. And Killua has built a claim for the round here. Seekers now to get the catch on. Shortly used just to break the first cabbage there. But the plant comes on in.
Spike planted.
And here comes MiTH 2. They're taking elbow control here, Raph, and they're waiting to see where NAOS is gonna come from.
Watch out!
Good question. Mojer uses that relay bolt and even finds one in Killua. Is he aware that there's another player waiting in the wings? As Kadoom must tank this. Emin gets one. But
One
MiTH,
enemy
their
remaining.
efforts are still very much alive, Dax.
Yeah, CJRS was watching the flank, Laz with the good trade, and all in all, Mojer can't even find the hands to pick up the gun. Here he comes, that's the last slide, and that's the last chance. Go again, they say. MiTH now, forcing a second OT.
I gotta say, the first series of the day, we already have a banger. As NAOS and Made in Thailand, they're duking it out, slugging it out. And Mojer finally eclipses the 30 frag mark. Made in Thailand, a little bit more even on their end here. But their defense has proven to be a bit flimsier on this map, and NAOS have been capitalizing. They seem to mix up the flavors here and once again go for the long-range dominance with Mojer's operator without any armor.
I mean, we were saying it a while ago, though, at the start of this day. We feel like today of all days, great games ahead here in VCTC. Great competition. And as of now, it's NAOS here winning off yet again. Shot rings through.
Wow. Oh my goodness. But that's still the initiator removed from play here. And Killua was maybe a questionable point on this defense. We were asking a lot from just capitalizing on the flashes, but when it did come to the retake, his utility was just so valuable.
Laz here trying to hold towards the backside. We hear the snake bite too, and now also trying to find any kind of opening. Cyber cage position though, Raph, looking very pesky.
Pesky as it is, it's still even for both these teams and no real meaningful map control on the side of NAOS. But wait, do they know where Kadum is?
Spike
Apparently
down A.
not.
Oh no, Ja though steps up and is able to put up the pick
Last
there.
player
Kadum
standing.
also found. NAOS with a chance. And CGRS, well, he's gonna have to watch these guys TP onto the other side. It's a 2v1, and
30
NAOS
seconds
finds a
left.
different place to call home.
The question is, can CGRS play the home wrecker again? As he
Spike
was
planted.
super close for a very impressive clutch. Doesn't know where one of the players
Oh,
are.
no.
In fact, he dances around, but Ja gets a third. And 14 goes in the way of NAOS.
Didn't even
Switching
know he was
sides.
right on top of Ja
Match
there. Unfortunate
One
for MiTH,
downside to being
which
immortal.
will be, of course, fortunes
can't
for
prove
NAOS. And this is the let us please win timeout from NAOS Esports. It's time to them to discuss how they're gonna finish off MiTH in the map.
They do have a very real chance here, especially with that operator getting a lot of mileage under it. And one of their players have turned invisible, Dax. Their superpowers are coming to light. And here we have Savvy coming back into play here. But again, this is where NAOS have been, say, somewhat questionable. They have been getting picked apart by MiTH in Thailand. And maybe the call is to just be that much more passive and hope for a full 5v5 retake. But again, that's completely up to them on how they want to approach this following round.
I mean, this is the reason why they have Coach Amix being the one to lead the team here for NAOS. A voice trusted by the PH boys, and they have stuck together for so long already. If there's anyone who can motivate NAOS, give them the right advice to just finish off MiTH right here, right now, it has to be him. But let's not forget, MiTH also get the disgusting. Coach Lee throwing things up, and let's see what MiTH are gonna do now because Kadum has brought out the operator this time.
It is not going to be an operator versus operator here, as the rifles do come alive on the side of NAOS. And maybe this is a mistake if they challenge the long angle the moment they don't bring their own operator. At the same time, it does look like it is the call, Dax. They are going to be much more passive on how they want to hold this. Perhaps they just want to emphasize the choke fights. But Doom not having a good day with the op.
Look, they got the soft intel thanks to the Sky of Savvy. A big reason why Sky is still prevalent on the map like this, but this is dangerous. The pop flash in, and that was clear sidelines for Kadum. Couldn't hit the shot, but Killua instead, he's done it yet again. A double now to hold things off. And NAOS, they tried to draw up the play, and it just blows up right in their face. Savvy 8K, the only one who can salvage this position now.
There.
Backing away, reinforcements have arrived. It's a full stack here for NAOS. Whoever's still alive, they're here, they're in position. And MiTH, the same can be said. Numbers favor MiTH. The crowd is on their side here in this situation. Doom, no shot. Savvy with the step up there. Seekers though, into play. Mowed down now. MiTH decide to call it a day and go for A.
Really
30
smart
seconds
choice
left.
here by MiTH, but look at this.
Sephiroth,
Sephiroth could get caught.
what they
And
doesn't
that
know.
he does.
big opportunity found there by Emin. And
Spike
with it
planted.
now, recover well enough, and this is even better! They put the band-aid a while ago, now they're finding the cure! Ja
One enemy
looking to
remaining.
be the vaccine, the medicine, and it's NAOS healthy in position to take a win in the series. 15 to 13. NAOS do not disappoint in MiTH's map pick, and we will get the decider we wanted, Raph. We will go to Pearl.
Maybe just Maybelline and CGRS. But once again, Dax, what data do we really have to go on this map? Because it is pretty much non-existent. Ja will have to go on that Astra. Again, we won't necessarily say anything about his fragging power because he has proven that no matter what role he is on, he is gonna pretty much dominate the 1v1s. But it would have been nice to see his chamber here again. You know, just for a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah, and just for good time's sake. Now, this is interesting because we see Ja step up to the controller role,
Right
which
here.
Papi Chulo
Standing ahead.
used to have for NAOS before joining GE. And one particular agent we didn't see much from Papi is the Astra, actually. Yeah, he has played it in competition, but not to the level, perhaps, that NAOS might flex with Ja moving forward. So this is an interesting litmus test. MiTH, though, on the other hand, playing for mid right now and looking to put pressure towards double doors there.
And there's gonna be a lot of pressure, like you said, but with Fade's kit, I actually think she's gonna do such a good job of stalling this out and getting all that info from double doors. And it looks like it's enough for Made in Thailand to just
Plant
put
the
their
spike.
eyes towards A. And it looks like this hit could happen anytime soon.
Yeah, Laz now going for the plant. The safe rotate actually here for MiTH, and rare to see a 5v5 retake on the pistol in the series. Remember, NAOS have been perfect throughout this run so far. Going into this set. 4 for 4 in the series itself. Ja, though, waiting patiently, and Sephiroth just walks into that one. Emma tries to go for the defuse. Gravity Well gonna get used up there by MiTH in response. Nice stun, but Nexi with the cover. MiTH, though, able to equalize. Now the advantage courtesy of Killua, and Killua's not done. Pressure's on. Ja's there for the swing. Ja, though, finds the triple for the round, and it's 1v1 now. CTR has tagged on the jump peak. He's just behind time. He's been taken down, though, and Ja, the 4K.
No
It
time.
might be all for naught, and you said it, Raph. No time, no way, and MiTH will finally win the pistol in this set.
That streak had to stop somewhere, Dax. And it is, unfortunately, on pistol round number 5. Made in Thailand, the first time we are going to see them start the map with an advantage, which is surprising considering how close it was from the last 2 maps, right? And now Made in Thailand, they opt to go for those longer range weapons, which should not surprise any of us, as Pearl can be a very long map and a rangy map.
This is concerning though for NAOS. We've seen them use the pistol round to give them first half momentum. But Mojer looking to alleviate those concerns immediately. Killua's lurk already found. That's one down, and it instead transfers Sephiroth actually to reinforce Laz. So now they're a bit more worried about losing guns rather than the push onto the site itself. And a rotate towards B is looking wise here because NAOS have stacked their cards towards A instead.
Question is, does Made in Thailand actually have ample information to really call this B rotate? And you can see Mojer is already sprinting towards the opposite side along with the rest of his team. But maybe this could be a bit overzealous on the side of NAOS because the Yoru did prep his TP. This is really smart.
But I think by this point, he just allows himself to get suppressed because that's intel for NAOS that MiTH can capitalize on instead. Sephiroth takes off Ja, and A is now gonna see the open door here. Well played by Sephiroth throughout the map.
That is such a great Yoru play. I feel like this is something that a lot of players miss. Like, they'll somewhat capitalize on the flashes.
He don't miss.
Yeah. I think he might get another one here.
Oh, he don't miss. He's just that good. Think about it. That was a great round.
That was a great round. Really clean. And to go back, I think this is something that a lot of players and maybe teams fail to capitalize on, is how maneuverable Yoru is and how much map control you can take soloing a lot of these sites. And that makes me wonder, how come teams don't run Yoru on this map? You know? But maybe that's just like in hindsight, because Sephiroth, that was a really, really masterclass play from him.
I mean, it's viable. You can play Yoru if you have someone comfortable playing the Yoru in the first place. The Made in Thailand, we've said it again and again, flexibility being key. Sephiroth showing that up throughout this series so far. But enough about that. NAOS instead. Focus should be on them. Guns ready, playing the defense. Dimensional Drift though used up, but Nexi, it's a freebie as Kadoom will fall. Sephiroth still trying to find any space to work with. Wants to put the pressure onto Nexi now. Sees the Cypher. Fake outs there. Shorty 2. The flash is in position. Nexi, wild shots, gives his position on the way. And Sephiroth again finding impact into the round. But we're not done. We see the action head towards A because Killa was lurking here.
Oh my goodness. That's 2 great Yoru plays back to back that could have potentially won them the round, but they still haven't committed the plant. Now they are probably overthinking like crazy on where this hit could happen. And it does look like they're hesitant to really put all their eggs in one basket as Xavi, despite his Xavi senses tingling, Sephiroth will still find him first.
Sephiroth can like teleport, right?
He faked it.
30 seconds left.
No, I mean the boss, the guy from Final Fantasy. I don't remember anymore.
Can he? I think
don't
you're
remember.
thinking about Xdeath, because Xdeath can't be faked.
Okay, nerd, I got you there. Jado in position over the corner. Gravity Wall's good for control, but Sephiroth is not done! A 3 for the Yoru as time's running on out.
10 seconds
Nearly
left.
with the plant at the last minute. Spike planted, stuns there, but they don't know what's right behind them. Opportunity for Eman! And that got close, but Eman still gets a headshot anyway. CGRS! Alone yet to get to his devices. That's one, that's good! Makes it possible. And not gonna happen this time. Eman's ready, and Eman plays pivotal, but this was a buy round for NAOS Raph, and that was big damage done by MiTH.
That is expensive, just to say the least. And just to answer your question, yes, he can use draw slash. I googled this. I did not know this from my stock knowledge, so I'm not that big of a nerd. But going back to the round here,
You didn't expect me to turn that around on you, didn't you?
Enemy remaining.
you got me there, bud. Click on the
Enemy
draw.
remaining.
Anyway, yeah, Valorant, please.
Valorant, please, indeed. It was a full buy round on NAOS, but now it seems like they're on such an awkward position here. They are gonna have a full buy round next time, yes, but a shotgun on Pearl is a bit of a head scratcher. They're still looking to take control of Art, but Doom with the Outlaw could have found a pick there. But instead, they go for yet another scale play and just slow the whole game down. You know,
Yeah,
honestly, I'd flex
Yeah.
again if this doesn't go to overtime. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, that's a promise. So shotgun on Astra. You see the double star setup towards A main. One will be probably a smoke to allow him to get up close. But he's watching Link. And you gotta be curious, Kadoom now with the final Savvy. Nexi though! Nice response on the Sephiroth, but here's Kadoom for the retake now. 2 for 2. Mojo gets in there. The rifle on hand. Firepower in his clutches. But CGRS will take that away. Emma though tracking the Sova. It's a trade for trade. But in the end, the better guns allow MiTH to have the 2v1.
It does look like Ja has a great read on this though. Maybe the ring around the Rosie has had its expiry date due, as this is yet another read on our veteran. Cosmic Divide is there. Can potentially win this out without an
30
isolated
seconds
duels.
left.
But look how careful Made in Thailand still is.
Finding the angle, but
Hey.
he has been read like a book by Killua. You said it already. Made in Thailand. They were ready. They were preps. And with it, they're building a bit of a lead here, Raph.
This is not a good sign for NAOS, but at least they
No
have
way.
a buyer out here. Huh?
No way, it's a bad sign for Baos. That's why they called it timeout, because everything's good. All smiles.
I was about to say that this is not a good sign for NAOS, and I wouldn't be surprised if they call a timeout early. And here we are. And
Also-
just, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say, before you make a good point, Savvy 8K, attire change again. Now he has the same jersey with the rest of the crew.
Are you sure that's actually Xavier, one of his many triplets? I've seen
Okay.
him wear many jerseys, but once again, no, I think he took off the other shirt and just put on the jersey on. So I guess that's an astute observation in this series.
This is where I say, who cares?
I
Why
don't
did you
know,
notice
honestly.
that? Why did you notice that of all things?
Hey, listen, I'm on color commentary today, so I will notice a lot of things. Even these little things, you know.
Okay,
The eagle eye is there. But to go back to my point
Great
earlier.
analysis on the timeout, Raf. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
your
thank you so much.
contribution.
But you did bring it up, okay? You're like, oh, before I make a good point.
So where's the point?
So the point is, Made in Thailand,
I'm out of here.
they know that Yoru only gets stronger as the mid-round goes and as the rounds just progress. At the same time, look at how NAOS is positioned now. Look how forward their utility is being placed just so they don't have to fall victim to that guessing game that
Yeah.
could have happened. But at the same time, there's already movement without any provocation on the side of Made in Thailand. So now, hopefully they get their things together, or else this could not be any worse for them, in all honesty.
I agree with you. The passive mat control really hurt NAOS in the long run there. And we've said already that Made in Thailand have been so good at mid-rounding in general in this series. As Mojer now taking a chunk of damage. He's lucky to be alive after that one. MiTH though realized NAOS can be stationed a bit closer and they're willing to expend utility like the Owl Drone to clear out these corners.
This is just so expensive on the side of now. Suddenly the stars are gone. I'm not sure if Jack should recall them, but aside from this is just gonna keep NAOS on their toes despite having all this sentinel utility on the
30
A
seconds
side
left.
here. This is still gonna be a lot to deal with because who knows? Are they gonna teleport? Are they gonna bounce out? But next he will find the sliding Kadoom.
Yeah, nice intel here for NAOS to work with. Impressive too. Second ultimate here from the Yoru in 5 rounds of action. But can MiTH capitalize on that fact? Here comes the fake. Savvy doesn't fall for it, just watches it crumble. It was tempting though. It's a double stack towards Secret here for NAOS. MiTH on the other hand staying on the side, and you hear already the Hunter Fury from CGRS gets the tag onto Savvy, and there's confirmation to give advantage. Laz2 in position. It's a clear post plant here for Made in Thailand. Emma tries to make a difference, and he avoids the bullet somehow. CGRS though ready to recover. And effectively a 1v1 unless Jock can go for the res. Cosmic Divide though, keeping his opponent at bay. But this is a mystery. This is quiet. And this is CGRS! This is his land, this is his map, and he gets the clutch there!
What a Giga Chad. Just walks through the wall, walks through the smoke, finds the diffuser, and says, no, this will not happen. Yet another Cosmic Divide stuffed by Made in Thailand, or rather an Astra Clutch stuffed by Made in Thailand. They have their own Cosmic Divide now to potentially throw NAOS into an even deeper mix. Mojer does have Overdrive, so if they're going to be a bit more proactive this time around, at the very least, they have something to bolster this weaker weapon.
Just man, anytime we see Pearl, you have to expect the CGRS clutch. It is just
True?
typical by this point, and he has done so yet again. I think I saw someone ask, why is he playing Killjoy now? They haven't played this map in a year, guys, and he's in a different team. So, you know...
Wait,
I don't think you guys are watching PRX right now.
this is not Paper X, guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad that, you know, you have Dax to answer with this kindness, because if I were to answer that, it could have been a different story.
Hey,
But
you're still on tomorrow, you can't be a bad boy.
I'm not a bad boy. Asarai is the bad boy. He's old.
Shut up. Please don't start this.
Watch it, find it.
It has
Oh,
been...
no.
Okay, I'm gonna get back on the page. It has been a bit more one-sided though this game. And now it's coming into the eco. They're gonna believe in the overdrive. Fast lane's there. Mojer wants to cross, but on the other side, there is just absolute hostility. Passport revoke. And Kadoom, he's
30
tempted.
seconds left.
Silence is golden here, Raph. Silence. But now Kadoom wants to get in there. Slide in. Slide,
One
ninja
enemy
slide.
remaining.
Kadoom with the 3. And this round, something very clean here for MiTH. From 4-1, very possible to be 5-1. And there you go. A little bit of an extra frag for Nexi at least, but this has been commanding from MiTH. Very different from the past 2 maps.
Like you said, silence was golden, but they did not lose the diamond in the chase of gold. And again, Pearl is a map where it is just so dangerous to challenge these longer peaks. So I'm not entirely sure why Eman wanted to do that. Maybe go for a heat check or a rhythm play here. But man, now as they're mighty struggling. At the same time, to point out from Mr. Viewer asking about why isn't he playing the usual roles. If you've noticed, everybody's on a different role now. CGRS on that initiator. Sephiroth, who was on the controller, is on the duelist, so it is a bit of a shake up here. But as Dax mentioned, it has been so long since we've actually seen this map that it should be no surprise that everybody's on a different flavor.
Yeah, you're a bit more feisty on this side there, huh? I like this. I like
You
this energy
should
ref.
run.
Let's keep this going. MiTH, though, they send in the lockdown towards A. Yet again, to try and pull these rotations from NAOS. CGRS, though, prep to bring the spike towards B. Mojer has the up in
What?
hand.
Down
And
B.
this is a big start here for NAOS. They don't fall for it. And while Sephiroth can get the space, Mojer can just escape the wrath of Kadoom there. Kadoom threw everything he had against his counterpart, and Mojer still happy to stabilize. Shaw also finds contact towards mid now, and MiTH are left scratching their heads to try and find a different opening here.
For the first time in a while, Made in Thailand are
outta here.
quite uncertain of how they want to approach this now. And look at NAOS, they have a great read. They could potentially pinch this
30
attack
seconds
before it
left.
can even begin. Ja has the perfect read on this, but he has been discovered. Made in Thailand, they will meet a lot of resistance on this A hit.
Yeah, Cyber Cage is also, plus the smokes. NAOS at least keeping backside
Spike
control, and as soon as the Nebula fades, it's Kadoom who's actually able to get the win there. No trade from Nexi, not in the right position. Eman instead gets the catch after the tripwire. And at least NAOS able to build on now. Lazdo holding steady. He's with the spike, he's one with the spike, but the shorties mowed down!
player standing.
And we're left to a 1v1. Eman, low HP, Sephiroth ready to come on in. The peek now. Here we go. Shorty's good at that range with that HP. And MiTH is unrelenting. It's 6-1 now.
He was a tickle away from falling, and this gentle breeze knocked him over. Made in Thailand, that should have been their most questionable round, but instead, they recover beautifully, Dax. It's like they have all the region stats turned to 11. And now they just can't burn through all that HP. They have found themselves in a situation where they're stuck with weaker weapons yet again. Your theft is there, so any stray pick could be converted into something. Made in Thailand, they are aware of most of NAOS tricks at this point.
Yeah, it's really getting tough for NAOS, and
There.
this is where we have to say props to MiTH, because coming into the series, we noted first time they're playing a non-Thai team in official competition, and it took them a while to adjust, honestly. But this time around, here on Pearl, they're comfy, they're ready, and Kadoom even picked towards one towards one of the holes. Stun though should be good,
Wow.
but Killua was even better! Brother, stun is a mindset, and Killua isn't gonna have any of that bad juju. It's just clean for MiTH so far. Nexi, please no, not like that. And yeah, MiTH should be able to take this round here.
Whoa. I did it for the first time in a long time working with you. That's the first time I've heard genuine despair from your voice. And
Yeah, no, brother, that's a me peak. This is why I don't get out of Diamond.
it's okay, Dax. I mean, right now, all the competition and just how gritty the series was feels like it's been exhausted in the first two maps, to be honest with you. And this decider feels like a formality at this point, as
Oh my!
he didn't have to do that.
Not-
You know what I mean?
He didn't need to use the classic for that, but well played, Kadoom. Well played. Nasty.
Another
That's like
Friday night, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah.
Wednesday evening.
That's literally when you get your big brother who's Radiant deciding to play the game instead for you, and you're just kind of hard stuck silver. That's what he can do. That's nasty. Yeah. I mean, it is an eco round again for NAOS, but this lead is ballooning
outta
out of
here.
control, Raph. 5 rounds in a row. And where's the response from NAOS? They tried with Mojer with the operator. Speaking of Mojer, he's gonna get in there, and there you go, at least a pick, yes! But that optimism becomes a trade instead. Sephiroth quickly in, quickly out, and we see a 4v4 now.
There's gonna be a lot of utility assisting John the solo hold.
I'm
If
out of here.
ever Made in Thailand decide to brute force their way here, he is going to hear a lot of the footsteps, and he might just be calling the cavalry in. Does have a few stars in hand, and this could be it. This could be where he has to prompt the rest of his team to get everybody here. I might get flooded, but again, knowing made in Thailand, they could break ankles.
Oh, nice angle from Jaw. It's ambitious and it's good for the one. Here comes the Nightfall too. Kadum though finds the threat at least. And here we go, Jaw. Cleaning up the fake out. Decides to still play parkour.
Oh,
but has to drop off. Tries to find the wall bangs too. Still quite testy here. Danger close, but Jaw again playing the hero for NAOS. Still in the same position. He's still providing the same impact. And Jaw out of control. Finally, Killua finds the answer. But you said 1 HP. And Lemon this time. Can he get his revenge? A single bullet should do. Killua in. But Killua gets a drop on him. And there's just no beating MiTH right now. They find the clutch there. It's 8-1.
Oh my goodness. I was about to say there's no way he swings with 1 HP, right? But then again, you have to throw the curveball here and there just to keep the competition honest and on their toes. Right now, NAOS, they are on the edge of their seats to see if they can still keep themselves alive.
Yeah,
that's it.
deserved
Like,
nod.
nice.
Dude, he has kill on his name. You know that he's just so prepped for that. The cameras say it all here, Raph. Made in Thailand, confident to an absolute T. And now, just every other round, we see them on an eco here.
Yet again, this is the unfortunate repeating tale for NAOS. They haven't been able to get an extra round on the board, and maybe it was a great thing. Even better thing that they got their starts off those pistols, because right now, them losing the pistol and then not winning anything else, it's just so sad to see. Maybe Killua was right, you know, maybe they are really the dark continent where all the monsters are hiding. But that's another bonus that NAOS would want to get, an upgrade perhaps. Maybe this is it, that's...
Yeah, that was the pick that we're looking for in the last round. MiTH, though, still playing safe towards the side. CGRS watching the rear. And effectively, they can clear out the holes as much as they can, but Kadum from afar. Outlaw on hand. Strong in this situation. The smoke being forced out from NAOS because of it.
30 seconds left.
Kadum. He's trained in, he's honed in, but the precision escapes him this time around. Luckily for him, Overdrive still at the ready. Who wants to get a piece of this? Savvy AK says no, but the rotation from MiTH, quietly they make their way towards A.
Once again, they are just running circles around NAOS. So NAOS, they have the choice to go for those rifles. Zavvi will have a clean duel against Sephiroth here, but Sephiroth will just not participate. He will go back and play numbers.
Here we go, cross the wall. They dare you. This is absolute territory for MiTH. And oh, CGRS, pick up your gun. You need it. Jado gets up close and executes the Sova on the spot. Now NAOS giving themselves a big chance here. Gravity well though. Gonna be the response. Neural theft for the intel. Time running on out, and Sephiroth yet again trying to be pivotal, but Savvy AK awakened for the round. 3 for him. Last though from the smoke. John needs to stick this, or rather Savvy AK just going for it. Last with the bow down, but Savvy gets away with it at the end. A thrifty for NAOS. They needed that one.
And by the gods, they were not gonna lose that round, Dax. You saw those tracers just gently graze the top of Zavvi's head here. Despite finishing off the last 3 members and hurting their economy, that is still a round on the board for NAOS, and this could be the second win they need to get back into this map.
I can't believe the HUD lied to me there. I can't believe the HUD lied to me there. Savvy 8K is the one on the defuse, and truthfully, that was a big round for Savvy. His first 3 kills of the game came from that round alone, and that's one thing NAOS needs. The new IGL to play the same way that he did for his former teams like Oasis. Lockdown now gonna be used here by Made in Thailand. Ammon responds with the knife. Also has the null command online to make this fight easier for NAOS. But the space given on up, and MiTH looking to find a plant. The double stack though over onto A main. Kadum! He's brought the broom! And he's ready to try and sweep it away, but Dozier makes a mess! And it's now a time to try to disintegrate. CGRS though, smoking him out. go back to a 3v3. The trades have been key to this game so far.
Wait
But
a
here we
minute.
go again. Killua, the lurk has put him in a good position. Trying to play from flowers. And Laz again, successful over onto the spike itself. Killua laying him on the bed of roses. Nexi finds the response.
standing.
It's always this one for once, but Nexi, he gets a second one here. CGRS way too busy. And it's way too late to try and find the contact towards Ja. Now it's again another round, and they're at least making a mini rally here.
They will take
Last round
whatever
in the half.
they can find back. And with an ironclad fist, maybe, just maybe, they can reverse sweep this and hope that Maiden Thailand have somewhat gassed out. But so far, I don't think stamina has been an issue for Maiden Thailand at all. They have been so well paced. But at the same time now, they have to keep going. They have to dig super deep for this.
I'm trying to figure out why it's 7k. Oh, he bought a gun for Kadoom there. I was trying to see if there's an op here for MiTH, but no. It's still a full arsenal though, and we've seen MiTH just refuse to go on an eco effectively in this half, right? Ever since the very start there. Now then, NAOS, they make the same play towards B long there. Mojer alongside Savvy this time, and Savvy's one away. Make that ready for the Nightfall. Savvy finding form in the latter moments of the first half, and that's one thing NAOS can use on the retake. Oh,
Whether it be a bed of roses or a bed of nails, they're looking to put them to sleep. But once again, this is such a tall order, Dax. And you know, one thing, Maiden Thailand, they have been utilizing mid so well, and it just doesn't seem like NAOS are interested in contesting them there.
Here.
And maybe this is why Maiden Thailand have such a gigantic lead on them. At the same time, look how far back Nexi is now. Finally addressing that spot of the map.
Look, they're playing the lanes, that's for sure. Nightfall, Night Now from afar. And we'll get a catch on half the members here of MiTH, I
30
think.
seconds
The
left.
CGRS, looking at this waited.
Spike planted.
Goes for the plant. Jado, on the other hand, still sticking onto dugout, but Nexi playing from afar, getting results, getting kills. And exactly as you noted, Raph, but Nexi, he's found by CGRS. Also getting a tag on one more player. Sephiroth now hit by the stun. CGRS with cover. It's up to Sephiroth to be the one to save the day. Sephiroth this time. He's dug a grave for himself as Evan finds him. And NAOS, the last hurrah in the first half. 3 rounds in a row, I believe. Make it 4-8 at least.
Switching sides.
Script has been
Second half. It's an 8-4 standing, but MiTH is the one in the lead here. They took a pistol coming into this game. Mojer and the resto try to at least find success in a round that has been reliable. They put the pressure on here towards B. Kadoom sees the contact, sees the stack. And MiTH gonna look to reinforce here with Laz, rotating all the way to the other side, but there is hesitation because Sephiroth, he's close towards main. He's waiting for Nexi to peek on now, then someone's gonna have to give eventually the TP out from MiTH to give up that advanced position.
Sometimes it is a war of attrition here for both these sides. We first saw it on Bind. Now we're seeing it again on Pearl. Now as they're maximizing, once again, the safety of this map and just the rotations in general. And now it looks like they are reassessing their approach, going through art. But there is an alarm bot there, Dax. And look at this. Maiden Thailand making another fantastic read.
Yeah. Maiden Thailand, the reposition is so sound. The 4 stack is looking good too. And with the alarm bot to confirm those intentions, now they have to hustle towards the side. But Mojer abuses the slide. It's 1-for-1 until Laz gets the numbers back. Kadoom also great position here towards dugout. Kadoom has brought gloom towards NAOS. Ja has other plans. A 1v2, and MiTH respects him. The shock start to try and soften up the target. Ja though running out of time. He needs to get in there and fast. Kadoom now with the relay bolt. CGRS with the peak. And MiTH continue on the pistol success on this map. It's 9-4.
My quiver is never full.
Uh-oh, that's not very nice. I mean, the last pistol round we saw that Maiden Thailand won.
One enemy
There was an insurmountable amount of rounds coming in on their way. And now, maybe in hindsight, they could have just bounced out when too too many of their members were falling, but maybe they just weren't sure of how many members were present on the side of the A site. Here we are. Surprisingly, there's still no force buy on the side of NAOS. They really want to maximize the amount of rounds that they can have a full buy on, but once again, really smart position here.
Oh, Mojer! Mojer! He couldn't handle the pressure. Tried to run away from the bullets, but Sephiroth quicker. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Laz also adding more there, but Laz caught now between a rock and a hard place, but that pressure alleviated quickly by MiTH. A fast round there, and now at least get a few picks to their name, but MiTH have found double digits here, Raph.
So quickly. It feels like the entirety of that round was just an extension of the pistol round. Now we go in the bonus here. Now Esports are thinking of what they should be doing here. I mean, if we go back to maybe a results-based analysis, maybe they should try and force an op on Mojer, because that's when they really start turning it up.
I'm out of here.
Unfortunately, I don't think credits on anyone's end on NAOS will allow that to happen, but they should be building towards that.
Yeah. Oh no!
There.
Saw the hair, man. Saw the twitails. This is why everyone should be like Cypher, just basically bald
Hats.
because of the balaclava hat, and then bald when ultimate.
Take this.
But anyway, a quick little engage towards B. Fast lane set on up. Mojer here, going for hall control, but Jaws found Laz. And that's a good opening here for NAOS to work with Doom, though Alto is providing a bit of that pressure. Fast lane also on the slow side, and Killua, what are we looking at there, bro? No one home at all. Ja with a 3K after a beautiful push. And Sephiroth, last one standing, but the odds stacked against him. It's even tougher now here, Raph. 2 players off NAOS with full armor. Can tank the bullets there. No real chance for Sephiroth to get in.
Not at all, and Mojer's already playing the close angle. That Nebula's not gonna help. And that's the first shot being tagged. Oh, and well, no dice on those bullets either. As Nexi's going to finish that off. Made it Thailand. There's really no surprise, actually. It was the bonus round anyway.
I mean, Nexi has been finding form for the past few rounds. He's now the second top fragger here for NAOS with 12. Ja, of course. No surprise, really. Whenever it's a Ja game, Ja will do basically Ja things. Push with whatever agent he's on. The Astra's so brave in that position. But this time around, MiTH are done with the bonus. They go for the full buy here, Raph, and they have a very strong kit coming into this one.
That they do.
I'm out of here.
Now, so we'll try to go for their strong arm tactics again. Mojer does get a love tap from whatever weapon that was. And Sephiroth does have ultimate available, so if he wants to use that to scout, he does have the decision, or rather the choice to do so. Now they're scaling up. This is so scary. I feel like this is one of the most anxiety-inducing things when people scale up towards Pearl B long.
Yeah.
I mean, in Thailand, there was no resistance there.
Like when they hug the wall, right? You need to
they're
peek
like, oh my gosh.
You need to pick from here, and Laz now gets the contact that he's been looking for. Fast lane yet again suppressed also. Perhaps catching out Laz in that position. Mojer though with the overhand. Laz yet again the victim there on B side. And Sephiroth, another plan. Dimensional drift, putting pressure onto Ja. Shorty, blinded. No chance for Ja at all. Big teleport to a 4v4 here. Kadoom though caught out by Mojer. And now the flood is strong. The overfront's good. Nexi's lurk even better. Savvy 8K. Marksman from afar. And all of NAOS take a bow in that one because they contribute to get the round.
Well. It felt like the bullets on Made in Thailand just could not find any of their marks there. For a moment, too, it looked like they couldn't even hit the broadside of a barn. Made in Thailand, a rare eco round for them. Goes for that timeout. Again, unsurprising to say the least. Doom with the shotgun. We have seen him steal away a few rounds and at the bare minimum a few kills this way. But now they're in a happy position at least.
I mean, this is the discussion from Coach Lee by this point. What is happening to the MiTH defense and how strong is NAOS finding the overrun? It's 2 rounds back-to-back that MiTH, unfortunately for them, just don't get really value from the Astra who can stall, who can buy that time. But if Laz is the one being picked off early on, being hit by the suppress, you gotta wonder here for MiTH, do they just play a post-plant off-site instead and just opt for retakes?
It's a good question. Because so far, if NAOS get that momentum going and get that full head of steam, then it has caused so many problems for MiTH. Is it just better for them to wait for the NAOS reset where they go for that post plant, as you mentioned? Or do they really want to double down on the challenge and put more players on the potential front line? But at the same time, when they do that, they leave the other side a bit more exposed.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, well, MiTH, they need to find the answers and fast. And here we go with Kadum, just going for broke. Bucky up close, but NAOS playing far enough to just get away from that lethal range. Well played by NAOS, honestly. They hustled their way towards A, but they rethink it, re-rotate, and where's the Yoru going? He found his way to gate crash
There.
all the way on that A site. Perhaps as soon as NAOS heard that call, they go back towards B, and this is perfectly played for the PH team instead.
Once again, really good decision making here, knowing that even with the weaponry that Made in Thailand have, there's no real way they can challenge this round because at a range, yes, sheriffs are dangerous, but the Vandal is still the Vandal.
I mean, there's still a chance here for MiTH though. If they find the pick with these pistols, I wouldn't be too surprised to see if Kadum can find an opening with that overdrive, and that single bullet making noise tells MiTH that it's still back to B anyway. Overdrive though now, popped and ready to find a frag. Last though, getting damage, but Kadum's the finisher. Kadum here in position towards Halls, but he just can't find the right angle. Now as they're lining up in a different kind of angle here. And with it, Killua is the one who catches Nexi instead. Killua though, good second. He's still trapped in Halls now. Ooh, they're running out of time, and Ja has to save the day in the end. A sigh of relief there from Ja on the cams, but NAOS will find their 7th anyway.
That was so expensive still. I mean, Made in Thailand, I doubted their ability to convert and maybe take a round away with the pistols, but this is getting awfully close and potentially uncomfortable for the Thai squad here, as they will equip everything that they can. They are one away from that lockdown, which I don't think we saw too much value on the attacking side. But maybe on the defense and on the retake, it would be a different story for them.
Oh, but watch out for something fast here, Raph, because you can see Mojer has the judge. He had the option to buy the rifle, but no. Wants to get close, has the overdrive online, and now has succeeded with these fast takes onto B. Good positioning though from MiTH at least to stay away from the null command. Until now, you see Sephiroth also backing away with the gate crash. Lurk from Nexi towards MiTH here, but now are looking for the plant.
Elbow has been so weak for Mid in Thailand. It's just no surprise this is a position where NAOS have been continuously hammering on, but as the forces gather, Dax, this retake could happen at any given moment now.
Ready to X marks the spot here, my friend. Cosmic Divides do just set themselves up on the battlefield. A 1-for-1. Nexi trying to use that silence, but CGRS might have heard him coming. Nexi, though, still crawling. The pivotal in this position before. Amando stepping up to the plate. Strikes out 3 before he's found. We're left to a 2v2. CGRS gonna be on the defuse here for John and Nexi, biding their time. Halfway done on the defuse. Nexi strikes when the iron is hot. But CGRS has found Ja, and CGRS has done it yet again. Another clutch to the man who has made his name on Pearl. And we see MiTH make it to 11.
A bow and arrow is old-fashioned.
Oh my goodness, that was as close as it could get. If Nexi survived just a little bit longer, maybe he could have denied the defuse, but again, hindsight is 2020. Made in Thailand, defending their lead with everything that they have, but once again, when in doubt, CGRS it out.
Dude, you put him on this map, he delivers. NA got a taste of it, the world got a taste of it, and right now, NAOS has tasted it twice in this game. Mojer ready for the overdrive. Pushes now over onto Art. Tries to play through his link. Sephiroth though, no escape for him. It's a 1-for-1. CGRS now in trouble. Nightfall even to soften him up. And Mojer will make sure that the Sova cannot bite more than he can chew. A plant goes down. It's 4v3 in favor of NAOS.
Spike planted.
Guarded in the hands of Laz here. Clear advantage on the side of NAOS. As the retake, once again, will come into play. We talked about this lockdown. Is this enough to push Made in Thailand to match point.
The stars set up there. It should be difficult to make their way towards the spike itself. Killua though on the board. Mojer now just peeking on out. Laz though making that dart just sting. And Kaduma's gotten halfway. Kaduma in the smoke though. Mojer tried to go for the fire.
No way.
No way. Can he get away with it? No, he can't. Just lets it go. And Savvy 8K is there to receive. 8-11.
With open arms as well. 8-11, like you mentioned, and Made in Thailand, they have, I believe, one more timeout to expend. This looked disastrous at the beginning with Sephiroth finding a really important kill. I wasn't sure how they were going to take that round without the flashes and the suppress, but they made it work. Made in Thailand, once again, going on a weaker buy here. They will have Hunter's Fury available for CGRS. And that could have been the winning ultimate on the previous round, Dax. If they could have denied that plan, then maybe it could have been a different story.
Well, a few more chances here for MiTH to get to match points. They have the Hunter's Fury, but watch out for NAOS this time. They're looking quite feisty here, Raph, and with taking down Sephiroth, who had the only rifle, by the way, coming into this one. Things are going to be so much easier for NAOS. Neural Theft into the play. Intel's given, and A is a freebie.
How free is it going to be, and how long is it going to be empty? Mojer's already set foot on the site, and he's done a little bit of damage. Sephiroth gets found as well. The men in Thailand look like they have another round that they might just tuck away as an L. They just want to do damage here and make this economy as weak as possible, Dax. Now they have other plans.
Yeah, Laz slipping on by, but Savvy 8K is just skulking right behind him. The star setup is also quite testy here. And NAOS just playing a main retake game, or rather, a main post-plant game. Eman, also the fragment good. NAOS should have this one pretty much cut and dry. Laz is found by the Prowler. Nexi's good for the double. And speaking of doubles, 2 rounds left, being the gap between the two teams.
Well, Made in Thailand, they don't want to get into a dicey situation because this is a rare lapse in their fortitude, right? I mean, they were very calm and collected for the first 2 maps. And quite frankly, they're still not looking disjointed or anything like that. Just now have begun to pick up the pace here. Despite getting clutched out a few times now by the man of the hour, CGRS. And it is really crazy to me, Dax, that despite everything, CGRS manages, if he's still alive, right? You can't count the round over.
Yep, just if he's dead early, cool for NAOS. If he's not, yeah, it's scary to say. But MiTH, you were saying a while ago they still have one more timeout to use, and now they're gonna go for it. Coach Leaf drawing up a bit of a play perhaps to allow MiTH to try and finish it off. We were saying a while ago they have the Hunter's Fury, I believe, still available. It's something to work with. And is it really just a day of comebacks here in our first series? Is it gonna be NAOS clawing their way back to tie things up? Do we get another overtime? Is that just gonna be the case here between MiTH and NAOS?
It is definitely a battle for survival, Dax. Like I mentioned, there is a little bit of pride points there when it comes to, I don't want to be the first team to fall into lower bracket. You know, there's always that looming thought for some of these teams. At the same time, you don't want to lose your second life this early on, especially in this late of a stage of our league.
I mean, you don't want to lose, period, but you also don't want to lose a game this close. A game where you would know, perhaps, which round, which moment you could have done better to make it possible. Killua, though, the great escape, man! It's just like, I ain't having any of that one, Chief. Goes back towards Flowers here. Sephiroth, actually with the judge in hand. Also the dimensional drift, but there's worries, there's concerns here for NAOS, and they're not going to force the issue towards A here.
Maybe Made in Thailand have to put a bit more presence towards mid because NAOS have been taking it for free. But then again, it's a somewhat similar defensive setup that NAOS were doing too. Now they try to go towards B. And they only have a few players here, barring CGRS, who's marching on.
Fast lane setup. Kadum, though, finds the first. Pulse control. Something MiTH has struggled with throughout the game. Now they get it. Now they keep it. And they're just going to clean up house so very quickly. Now,
30 seconds left.
Doesn't expect those safer angles from before to be quite deadly. And with Ja and Nexi, Now working as a duo.
One enemy
A lot of
remaining.
work cut out for them. Easy pickings here for Kadum and Killua. And it's exactly as MiTH drawed on up. Match points? Yes.
Match
Series
point.
points too, but it's a flawless statement from the Thai squad.
Ooh, this is the perfect time to do that now. Once again, take stock of what you could do and where those weak points have been for Made in Thailand. Because so far, I don't think at this point it's the indecisiveness of NAOS losing them the round. It's them kind of tanking a lot of the utility, in all honesty. They cannot, for some reason, force Made in Thailand to use a lot of their resources early. And it all just seems so well timed.
Yeah.
Like, all the smokes are coming into play, and so on and so forth.
No, I get your point too, and especially if Emma doesn't get the right suppress at the right time, it's just MiTH set up well for the rest of the execute.
Well, it doesn't seem like NAOS is too bothered, so they do have a lot of maybe things planned ahead of them. It is quite perilous now that they're only one round away from going into the lower brackets, but Made in Thailand, they are, I would say, sweating a little bit now because NAOS, they have cut down that lead a considerable amount.
Whatever the case is, this has been a strong matchup to begin the night. And we still got one more, guys. That's the thing. It's already, what, over 3 hours for the first series. We are here for the long haul, folks. And you're tuning on in to VCTC here on Soup. For good reason. In any case, MiTH got Kadum now, who stepped up immensely in the last round. A high position, a flash though, getting the catch still. And at least now it's responding against those initial positions, and we've seen this from MiTH. They back away once they see the KO pressure. They go for mid though here, Raffen. Maybe next he's gonna get caught. Aldro spots him! Just there for cover! And MiTH, they're thinking, can we push this? Is it possible? Here we go with Kadum getting in there. The smoke also in the way. And that's a pick MiTH would like, but Ja from the smoke decides to be criminal with that one.
He's one away from the Cosmic Divide too, so whatever value that can provide is much more in reach. The suppress is gonna be there next, and CGRS is out.
Nice lurk from Ja, waiting patiently to get that pick. Kadum also taking a chunk
Enemy remaining.
of the damage there. Ja found a triple. And it's just Ja doing what he does best. Give him an angle, he will get those kills. Sephiroth all alone, but this boss has to deal with the party of 4. Now it's 3. M1 falls, time is running on out. Savvy peeks, falls to the hand of Sephiroth. But with the gravity well, plus the timer, you know NAOS will live to fight another day here.
They might be limping away from this round, but they are alive nonetheless. Made in Thailand, once again trying to juggle that utility as well as they can, but could not stop the Ja lurk. He was just way too good in this Hall's position, and I'm quite surprised with the amount of times that Made in Thailand chose to ignore that position.
Those rounds just really solidified those rumors about Ja that he was in contention for a tier 1 spot. It's somewhere there in the internet, guys. You can do your own research, but in any case, it's 10 to 12 here. And NAOS and perhaps Sephiroth tries to hit the shots, but a flick away after the fake smoke. It's not enough to find the pick, and NAOS now know an option into play.
You are divided.
How are they going to traverse that though? I mean, they have the Cosmic Divide again. B looks like... Yep. B looks like where they want to make their trade and maybe potentially do their business. And Made in Thailand truly believe that's the case. But once again, they get an early step towards A. So this timer is going to be burning way before Made in Thailand can converge for a take.
And look how safe NAOS is rotating away from the T side. It was shops held by Savvy, Eamon playing by the tripwire. And the small wall of the fast lane is the truth here coming into the round. Difficult for Sephiroth to maybe play the retake with the operator. Secret control also for Nexi, but the Cosmic Divide forcing Eamon to push a little bit deeper onto the side. CGRS gets that Patsy. That's one down here. Courtesy in the hands of MiTH. Mojer though able to outmaneuver. Mojer's good for the double. And NAOS now has found the rat of Laz. It's 2v2. It's time to on down.
remaining.
Savvy didn't hear that. Laz is prepped. He thinks he's inside. And Laz just hopping. Does he have enough time? No. NAOS by the skin of their teeth. They keep the game going again.
And speaking of, they are gritting very hard right now. They are holding on for dear life. And MiTH Thailand look like they're a little rattled here, Daxus. This could be another overtime banger.
This is it. Raph! Will we get 3 for 3 overtimes? Is it gonna
boy.
happen?
We might. Honestly, we could. I mean, we talked about, and we've kind of prepped the audience too, that yesterday could have been the tone setter for the rest of this week. And it looks like it's gonna be just an all-out slog for all the teams.
Yep.
There.
We expected today to be the long day. But not like this from the first series alone. NAOS MiTH. Head-to-head has been so fun to see. And right now, NAOS can do what MiTH has done to them twice already coming into this one. Let's see, though, what their play is coming into A. Also to take note, Raph. Broken by here from MiTH. Watch out for Sephiroth. Watch out for Kadoob. They need to be the impact players coming into this one.
This is not good timing either for them to field such weapons. MiTH Thailand, normally they would have maintained an economy here, but with a small meltdown in the previous rounds, they're just not allowed to do so. Nightfall being prepped here, and yet another heavy blow going into the way of the A site.
Yeah, that will slow down MiTH. Trying to peek through the corners. The smoke's also in the way, but the pupil scan. Mojer in a bit of trouble. Killua! Where did that kill come from?
Left.
Overdrive right now, courtesy of Mojer, searching for a target or two, but no one's home. Killua, though, still in mid. Trying to play a good game of keep away, and NAOS! They're the ones being led on this dance. MiTH has found the footwork here. But Laz trying to go for the wall bang. The Bulldog not the best weapon for it. Spike planted. Sees. Gets the catch too. Savvy 8K. No Man's Land playing alongside the Spike. Get the star being set up also, but Kadoob now, fast lane. Here he comes, hustling on in. Laz though on the tightrope, and it's Kadoob who's able to choke out Savvy. Fragment from Eman, desperation for the stall. Mojer also catching the lurk, but here we go with the flash now. CTRS wants to swing, Separate step for the cover, and MiTH Thailand. Will this be enough? Ja needs to be the hero for NAOS, but the dimensional drift is just hounding him here. Laz on defuse duty, Ja will fall, and MiTH will refuse to see this go any longer. MiTH Thailand move on to the upper bracket finals, 2-1.